that have been consistent speaking against bad government and for the purpose for reformers. Major what yo. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. The only media that have been speaking. No more bad government. The voice of the voiceless. No more bad government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. For the poor. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what media? No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. In Nigeria. No more bad government. No more bad government. No more bad government. The only media. No more bad government. The number one media in Nigeria. No more bad government. That have been speaking against government. No more bad government. Niger what? No more bad government. Niger what you? The voice of the voiceless. The voice of the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Niger what media? Voice for the voiceless. Niger watch media. The only media that have been speaking against bad government. Being consistency since 1944. Voice for the voiceless. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. Umuwame. Voice for the voiceless. 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 Niger watch you. We have been seeing all you guys have been doing, and he recommending to everyone in Nigeria, saying that you guys are the number one. Niger what you.
Senator Akpabio, the dead body wey una think say una don bury, the leg is there outside. Nigerians, the dead body wey Senator Akpabio and his men-led Senate think say they don bury by suspending Senator Natasha Akpoti. That dead body, the leg is there outside. Many of una don't know say e get why. Big, full, grown-up men like Senator Akpabio, like Senator Okpeyemi, full grown-up men, why all of them gather, come gang up against Senator Natasha. Una think say na because of seat or no seat. Una think say na because they rearrange seat. No, not because of that one. No. The Senate is just hiding behind that to try to shut Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan down or up, shut him or shut her up. That is why the real dead body I go show una today. The interview that Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan gave on Arise News, the part of that interview where they vex all of these senators, they want hide them, but the thing e no gree make them bury am. The leg is there outside. Waiting be this thing. Where they vex the whole Senate, where make full-grown men come gang up against one woman. Waiting be this thing. Where they tell you, say, oh, it's our rules. It's our rules. Oh, it's the Senate. The only set of people that have brought shame to the Senate, it is all of you, particularly the Labour Party senators, where we take our blood and our money and our time and our energy to work for. People will be saying therefore no smell Senate. We'll be saying that we the people work for them. Now they reach there. They begin allow people like Senator Akpabio to use them. They use their nyash till they mop Senate floor. then co-opt them like Obasanjo talk. They don't put rottenness for their mouth so that they no go fit talk. Now those ones now they pain me pass. The reason why them come gather, them Senator Ritikin Gibe, come gather. That one we call himself senator from Edo, we be say, if not before obedient and the OB factor, that one for smell Senate. He smell Senate finish now. Person will be say, okay, you not supposed even day committee. Probably just look up, just say, okay, take, make you be a committee chairman for this Senate, just to shut him up. And look as they do the work for Akpabio. He doing well. He belle the sweet am. Them tick say they don't bury this dead body, but the dead body not agree bury the leg the outside. Why? Waiting with this dead body. If you never watch am, because I see say many of una watch am, una not to take note. Go back to that interview that Senator Natasha Akpabio gave on Arise News. He first talk one thing about the thing wey happen when she be the Senate committee chairman on local content. She talk one thing about how senators they use government money take the help themselves. She talk how the clerk of her own committee take expose all the senators, saying that the thing where they do, she talk many of you don't know that the thing where they vex all the senators with that. We make nobody want support them, but they don't know. They don't know. Say before Senator Akpoti talk Obasanjo don't talk Even though Obasanjo self, we know say him be one utilize the rottenness and the rot of the National Assembly, because two people now don't come and talk say he want use that rot take get third term. Senator Orji Uzokalu come out, he talk bang 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 bang. This senator, this professor senator, Adeyeye, himself come out, he talk So, and Obasanjo never come out counter them. Because if not me, I go sue them for the kind of heavy allegations where they make against Obasanjo. But Obasanjo not talk anything. That will not me say, I say Obasanjo na good person, a bad person, waiting Obasanjo really be. Nigerians who not really know. Me, I really know. But I no go talk him now. The thing when he talk, when I want make una pay attention to, not minding your own baggage. Now say, the National Assembly is a den of unarmed robbers and a gang of thieves. Now the thing when Obasanjo talk. The National Assembly, particularly the Senate, think say if them bury waiting the Natasha talk, then you know go come out again. But not lie, the dead body of this corpse, the leg of this dead body is there outside. They said, or Senator Natasha said, that senators and National Assembly staff, they use government money illegally. You talk They no want make we remember this one, but it's too late. Because right now, based on the fact that we are Nigerians and now our money, them take they pay those senators, we get grounds now, we get locals to take right petitions to EFCC against all of these senators. If they think say they don't shut Senator Natasha Akpoti up, because now their plan, Senate President, they able to talk now, say, if it be for the rest of our time, na lie you, na lie. If una think say Nigerians go forget the way they forgot NSAS, na joke una day. This one, we are taking it up. We are taking it up. Now, what can we do to you people? We can do a whole lot. We will start by writing petitions. We get low cost now to write petitions against una because now our money they take the pay una. Why will you, as a committee chairman, take money that was meant for committee activities and because nothing happened, you go just feel say you get the right to use that money for your own self. Una go just share the money. Now, the money we una share, according to Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan, that money una go cough am out and una wanna share am, una must go jail. Suspending Senator Natasha will not save your head. Now our attention go back. Senator Akpabio, That project where you say you want to do for 20 billion naira, you know, the borehole and the solar street light where you say you want to do for your constituency, we want no update too. Because you talk say one of those solar street light now about 90 million. One of those borehole now about 270 million. We want know. Because that time when I talk say na just budget, now we want know how much una spend. Because I know say now the video where Senator Natasha again do on her 1 year anniversary, now the pepper all of una. See one time, first time senator, young senator, come out with video or showing workings of how she take help her senatorial district, her constituents. Plenty projects. All of una now, Senator Ereti, come out. You must come do your own video. Una just shame us. All of us we work for now to make una senator for Abuja here. You, nothing you do for us. Abi, if you do video now like Senator Natasha, bring her come out. Make all of us Nigerians see. Do am. I know saying a part of the things where they pepper una. So you, Senator Akpabio, tell us update. You chop the money for those street lights and those borehole. True. Now 292 million you take buy one street light. I been at 270 million you take dig one borehole. True, because that's all I put out for that budget. Oh, come out now, give us update. We want know. Then you, Senator Ereti Kingibe, and all the rest of you in that Senate, make una do video like Natasha do. Make una show workings. How una take spend the money where they give una for constituency. That 500 million where Senator Ningi talk that time, and in people where una shut them down, where una even threaten to suspend them. Later, Senator Ningi said, "Come power, he come align." Even this one, Pim enough he talk, and an opposition senator now not supposed to be. That allegation, where una put those money, we want know now. But we go start with the one where una they take committee money, take the help on ourselves. We go start from there. At least Senator Natasha don't open una nyash for this one. This dead body una say una bury by suspending Senator Natasha. Now lie you, the leg there outside. Now petitions, now go follow now. Una must hear amu. This will not go the way of the previous gang-ups that you used to do. It will not go the way of the previous gang-ups that you used to do. And Nigerians, we must take note. If this one continue like this, forget. With the shout say the country don't finish, country don't finish, we still inside the country. We know say the country they or maybe life support or it sick where they come. But if we not take action for this one where the Senate do so, under Akpabio, forget. They will still continue to suffer the country because the country not go fit die. The country not fit die. Now people wey dey inside now go just they suffer the rubbish policy wey Akpabio and the people they implement for us. So we must take action on this one. All the allegations wey Senator Natasha don't make, now then give us locus to write our petition. EFCC, ICPC, Nigerian Police, DSS, here we come.
Akpoti might not be a perfect person, but one thing you must understand is that the way the Senate handled her suspension is uncalled for. Let me explain.
That the Senate do suspend Senator Natasha Akpoti for 6 months for a total violation of the Senate Standing Rules 2023 as amended for bringing the presiding officer and the entire Nigerian Senate in general to public opprobrium. Those in support of prayer will say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it.
Now, this is the reason why many Nigerians should be politically educated, and also they should know the history and know what has happened in the past so that they can use the past to be able to solve the future problem. Because what is currently happening in the Senate now, this is not the first time it has happened. It is really uncalled for that the Senate will suspend a democratically elected senator, leaving her constituency stranded. Now, this is what you need to understand. Senator Natasha Akpoti is representing the Kogi Central Senatorial Districts. She is representing people. She was democratically elected, the same way all other senators in the House was democratically elected. So they have no right to uncallfully suspend her without her going through the disciplinary channel because they did not give her a fair hearing. It was just, okay, you shouldn't have done that, and they suspended her. Remember, this is not the first time it's happening, because the First Lady, Remi Tinubu, said that the Senate is the place of honor. Remember, the First Lady was once a senator, and during her time, she did something similar like that. Now, her own might not be the unforceful touching of whatever, but she practically fought in the Senate, and she was not suspended, or nothing harshly was done to her. Anyway, if you doubt, listen to this. That was your First Lady fighting in the Senate. Then, you see why I said that most Nigerians need to know the history and to be politically educated. That was not all. A few years later, another senator was also accused of similar issue to that of Senator Natasha now. And this is the way they also handle it.
Do you realize that the Senate, I hope that mic and let me finish. Do you realize that the Senate, when we constitute this, whatever the law gives, we can also suspend you? Do you realize that? No, sir.
I will not sit and you threaten me with suspension.
We are not threatening you. I said
like
we are not threatening you.
I will not sit you threatening you suspension.
With all due respect, sir.
With all due respect to you, I won't sit here. You are my colleague. You are a senator like me. You cannot threaten me suspension. I take exception, man.
Now, this is where I'm highly disappointed in Nigerian feminists, because this is the time they actually need to speak up, because not just when marriage and other things involved, they will show up online and Twitter and drag Mommy Z and all that. This is the time they need to stand up and stand behind Senator Natasha. Remember, I'm not saying Senator Natasha is 100% innocent, or maybe she should go away with whatever happened. What I'm saying is that she deserves a fair hearing and shouldn't be immediately suspended. You are leaving her constituency stranded for 6 months. She's representing some people in Kogi State. So what happened now? For the next 6 months, that means they do not have a representative in the Senate. They don't have a senator for the next 6 months. That is uncalled for. It doesn't make sense. I also think that the Nigerian feminists should take this matter up with this individual that went to Arise TV to say that for any female to take any public office, she should be subjected to mental tests or whatever. That is an insult to the female gender. I'm not instigating anything, but I'm saying that as a country that value both gender, it is uncalled for. It is nonsense to say that kind of statement.
And let me add that the women folk and indeed public officers may have in future to be subjected to a mental stability test in order that you qualify to be a governor, a councillor, or a senator. Otherwise, you are going to get this anti-market, especially at a time when we're asking for gender inclusion and gender equality. We are at this point facing this situation in which a gender issue is being trivialized and demonized and over-dramatized on the floor of the highest legislative house in this country, the largest black nation on earth.
Remember, when you clap for injustice, it's just a matter of time. It will get to your doorstep. And I hope when it gets to your doorstep and knock, you open door and embrace it. Now, in conclusion, all those people who were elected to uphold our law and to also make important decisions about our country, to make new laws that favored its citizens, they are fighting over irrelevant things, or fighting over women in CTS, sit down there. Now, look at this issue between Senator Akpabio and Senator Natasha. This issue has lingered for almost a month now and preventing the Senate from taking important decisions. Can any Nigerian tell me one important decision that affect the nation that the Senate has passed, or maybe they've discussed for the past 1 month? Nothing important has ever come out from the Senate for the past 1 month, and that might continue for the next 6 months because they are all distracted doing things that does not have any economical value to the country. Anyway, I'll stop here and I'll allow you to finish the matter. Tell me what you think in the comment section, but before you do, please do not forget to
enjoy your weekend.
Hello everyone. Honestly, as I'm this video, I feel so ashamed. Oh God, I feel so ashamed about what has happened. I feel so ashamed. No. Senator Kingibe is one of those that signed to suspend Senator Natasha. No. There are certain betrayers, you understand? Whatever it was, that was the reason why Senator Ireti decided to do what she did. May she find joy in it, because I can't imagine doing all of that and not finding joy in whatever it is. Whatever the reasons, because she might have her own reasons. I can't say it. No justice. Such travesty, such injustice. She appended her signature. And of course, they will use her to shine now. Senator Kingibe also signed God bless her. She's not one of them. Hey, 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 hey. Men, you thinking that it's not table. Kai. You know, there are certain things that, although in this life, nothing should surprise anyone. That's why I always tell people. For me, I just put myself, nothing, anybody can betray. Even you yourself can betray yourself without knowing. So that's why every day you have to be checking yourself to say, are you still okay? Are you still normal? Are you still whatever? But this Ireti Kingibe's case, you know, it's just, it's just, even from the interview, for the way she threw Natasha under the bus, for the things she was talking about, to say that the other three of them have not been sexually harassed.
Okay, thank you so much. Facing what might be the biggest battle of her life, Senator Akpabio made her sexual harassment against Senate President Akpabio public. What do you think, why do you think she chose this platform to announce it? And what strategy do you see behind this move?
Thank you so much for having me. And I think one of the things that we must understand is the fact that sexual harassment is not something to be condoned. And it's gone on for ages, but it's not acceptable. And we almost understand that the silence of our mothers and our elders is not our silence. And also our own silence is not the silence of the younger generation. And they're pushing back, and they have a reason to. On the issue of the sexual harassment, at any time that a victim feels comfortable or have had enough and speak out, we must understand that a lot of time there are always remote causes to something. You take it in, you keep quiet, and there is a moment where you just can't take it enough. And I think Senator Natasha Akpoti got to that particular stage, and when it was like, enough is enough. I can't keep being harassed. And we know, we all live in Nigeria. We know the kind of environment that we live in, and the fact that women are not protected. And so you find women across everywhere, even little children are being, harassed sexually. And now we have someone at the level that she is speaking out, and yet, they're sort of like trying to silence her. And I think what is most instructive, and I haven't seen this from the Senate, is the fact that there needs to be an independent investigation. Nothing is being said about this. Focus is more on technicalities. And even if we go into the technicalities, when I see us talking about, the Senate being an institution that needs to be protected, it has its own laws and everything, why is it that the Senate, it looks as if it's almost like it has a court-like, mafia-like kind of appearance to it, whereby there are members who behave badly, who do badly. You never see the Senate coming out to actually punish them or suspend them at any time. And this is a pattern. Nigeria needs to watch out for this pattern. At any time that you see, any member of the National Assembly being suspended or something like that, it is either they're standing for the people, they're speaking up on issues that are happening, they're revealing information, or they're fighting injustice. And it becomes very easy to suspend it. And I'll give you a quick example. We saw a situation whereby, not this assembly, we saw a situation whereby a senator was caught on camera physically molesting a lady where he had gone to buy something. At the end of the day, fellow senators were saying to him, do you want us, we want us to protect you or not? And they ended up protecting him, and they didn't do anything about it. And if you think that the Senate is an institution that should be respected, they should begin to live by those examples. In terms of the sitting arrangement, we've even seen the Senate president, when he was a floor member, had also had its meltdown and breakdown over sitting arrangement. And this is not the first time. Senator Natasha is not the first to go ahead and do it. And so when we focus on technicalities and not on the issues and the injustice that we've seen, and to quickly add that on the issue of her writing her petition, yes, when you have a case, you are supposed to be the one to write your own petition. There are certain rules if they don't make sense, if it's not about equity, if there's no justice to it. Sometimes you have to challenge those rules. Petitions that are coming from your members, from your constituencies, of course you're not supposed to sign it. But let me ask amongst the, I'm not very familiar with the Senate rules, so I would say yes, I'm not knowledgeable enough. But the question I will ask, is there a place where it explicitly says that if you are writing a petition against a fellow senator, is that you're not supposed to sign it, or is it the signing is only when petition is being brought in from your constituency? But beyond that also, and the biggest travesty of it all, is the fact that the accused was also the judge in this case. If you're talking about the Senate being an institution that is so well respected, that is supposed to be of members who are distinguished, even though they haven't distinguished themselves, you would expect that they would have had the courage to have said to the Senate president, step down on this issue. Let someone else, an impartial person, stay on it and, take charge of that particular session. And if the members of the Senate were unable to have the courage to do this, then you would have thought that integrity would have made the Senate president to excuse himself and come down and say, on this issue, since I'm the one who is being accused, let me step down and let this go on. None of that happened. And for me, the question is this: what right does the Senate or members of the Senate have to take away something that the Constitution of this country has given someone? Senator Natasha was not made a senator by her fellow senators in the Senate. She was made a senator by her constituents who voted for her. And even when there was issue with that whole election, she went to court and she got her mandate back. And so they cannot strip her of something that they were not the ones that gave them. And I don't think it makes sense for you to suspend somebody for 6 months. They don't have a right. They shouldn't have a right. And that should be challenged. And that has been challenged before. To suspend anybody from their legislative duty, what they can have a right to is to suspend you maybe from taking part in committee activities, from taking part in some oversight function. But for this is a travesty that we should all, stand up for. And let me just end up by saying that Senator Natasha was not humiliated. The Senate humiliated itself. It shows that it's full of men and women who don't have courage, who do not understand that they are all first among equals, and that they were sent in by their citizens, and their allegiance is supposed to be to the Constitution, to Nigeria, and to their constituents. They decided that they were going to bow their heads and do nothing when they saw injustice being done. And I will end with Senator Natasha's words. This injustice will not be sustained, and this will be the beginning that will lead to a shift in this country, by the grace of God.
That's a very interesting, powerful statement that you made. But I want to ask Senator Grace. Can we have Senator Grace in the House, please? Given the intense backlash that Senator...
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay. Given the intense backlash that Senator Akpabio has faced for speaking out.
All across the world. And for how long are we going to do that? Equal opportunities for the women. I mean, you just asked me, how did I manage to come to the Senate? It was not an easy one. A woman must go the extra mile. As a matter of fact, Aisha just said it now. She's not a politician. What a female politician goes through can better be imagined than said. But I believe that if you separate these two issues that is before us on Natasha's issue, the technical aspect, which is about the sanctity of the institution, and then the allegation by Natasha, you'll be able to have a more balanced and a more robust and objective consideration and analysis of this matter. But I believe that Nigerian women must rise up to the occasion. We cannot be speaking outside of the Senate. We cannot be speaking outside of the Parliament. You must have your voice heard there. You must be able to rise up. You must have the capacity to debate robustly and protect the interests of the women folk in this country. You cannot look at so many bills that were thrown out. The Equal Opportunity Bill was thrown out. I recall Dr. Mrs. Aisha Buhari and the former Minister of Women Affairs led a group of women to lobby the mayor when those bills were to be passed. And with all those lobbying, it ended up being thrown into the trash bin. How long are we going to do that? So The political parties must stop playing lip service to the issue of women participation in politics in Nigeria. It is not about promising us 35% affirmative action, which has not been realizable, which has always become a routine. It has become a rhetoric thing. How many political parties have their national chairman as women in this party? How many political parties have national secretaries as women? Have national organizing secretaries as women?
But if
principal officers, you have the National Working Committee, where you have just one lone voice, a derogatory nomenclature of a national woman leader.
Can I interject? For God's sake. Can I interject there? What can a woman do? Before we go on break, can I interject there?
Within the National Working Committee.
Yes, the Senate President recently...
You must understand that...
...of public humiliation. What advice would you give to spouses or partners caught in such crossfire?
So for me, I really am surprised at the fact that the show of affection, a kiss, would cause such national conversation. I kiss my husband all the time, even when we're in public. It's a normal day. So, hi, babe, I love you, and all of that. But having said that, is to say, one of the things that we found is, I have a friend who called them gender traitors. It's that a lot of women are ready to defend their either spouses or someone related to them when it comes to sexual harassment. It's almost as if they want to defend the perpetrators. And one of the things also we cannot take away is the conditioning that we've had as women of this country, right from a very young age. I mean, this whole conversation has thrown a lot out. There is a girl who on Twitter did talk about the fact that how she was being harassed by a boy, and she reported her to her teacher, and guess who was punished? She was the one that was punished. That was said she must have done something to have attracted it. So even in the case of harassment, all throughout the generation, we've had women being punished for just the, and then even up to now, you hear questions like, what was she wearing? What were they doing there? What were they doing this thing? And so most spouses think that they have to defend. And so the first thing is to come out and do everything, even when they actually know that their spouses are guilty, even when they know that their spouses are serial perpetrators, they continue to defend. And for some of them, that's their only way. They have to defend, otherwise they will not be victims of one thing or the other. But I think what should happen here is to take a moment and just try and find, let there be transparency. Nobody is saying that you shouldn't support your spouse. I mean, your first reaction probably will be to support your spouse, but you must also engage in a manner that shows that you're more for justice and not just for shaming someone or shutting down someone. So that whole thing about coming out to say that, oh, she has gone to court, she has sued on the fact that her own rights were infringed upon, and I'm thinking, this is what the courts will usually call a busybody. What are you doing there? How are you the one? You're not the one who was accused. How are you the one coming out? But the only thing I see there is maybe a tactics of going to court and sort of like gagging, Senator Natasha. I think one of the things that I saw there in terms of what they put out was that she should stop granting interviews. So now, everything will be like, oh, it's in the court. And so that could be a tactic that is used there. And I think one of the things is that this whole, not just even spouses that do this, either families, friends, and sometimes some gender where they feel that they have to gang up and protect the perpetrators. We should stop it. This is what we do in Nigeria. Most times we vilify the victim rather than ensuring that justice is served. What everybody should be calling out right now is for there to be an independent, transparent investigation into this whole thing and let it happen. And let's not forget, Senator Natasha Akpabio is not the first high-ranking woman who has come out to accuse Senator Akpabio of sexual harassment. The former NDDC MD had even said, and she said this on air, on national TV, that she had slapped him for the same thing. And so there's a pattern, that is out there. But what we must be interested in is the fact that let there be investigation, because now this is a very serious issue. We are talking about millions of victims out there that are going to be gagged, and millions of perpetrators that are going to be emboldened to continue their, harassment, sexual harassment, knowing fully well that they have a playing field where they can do whatever it is that they need to do. And the courts also also. I think there was an injunction also that the Senate did not listen to. The Nigerian judiciary should stand up and be as the judiciary is supposed to be. They should be the last resort of the common man and stop being the plaything of corrupt politicians. As it is now, right now, they've lost the value that they hold in the system. Nobody trusts them. Nobody thinks they're going to get justice out of there. You've seen a lot of time where it's almost as if you get, it's entrepreneurship where people can go around buying the kind of justice or the kind of injunction that they want, where you are seeing some people are being known to be the people who wield the iron hand when it comes to the judiciary. So the judiciary should stand up and occupy its space and actually be the last resort of the common man, because if you don't have justice, we can never have peace. And that's what is happening in Nigeria, where a lot of people have lost hope in the judiciary, in the justice system, where there's no rule of law, and they're taking the laws into their hands. These are things that we should not, allow in our country.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Can we please have Senator Grace Brent in the House? Senator Grace Brent, remember the last question I asked you, which is where the Senate President publicly said that women constitute 51% of the voting population, but that doesn't reflect in the political positions that we get, and that this is the reflection that women do not vote for each other. Now, I want to just pose that question, that statement with my second question for you, which is, why are women empowered judged more harshly than men, from their appearance to their personal lives? The notion that also the notion that all successful women sleep their way to the top is not only unfair, but infuriating for those who actually work relentlessly, like yourself, to shatter that myth. So in a system that still suppresses female ambition, what does this stigma explain about why men, how does this stigma now explain why men are sometimes hesitant to support their wives into entering a foray like politics?
Thank you very much. One thing that is very gratifying about the Senate President's pronouncement yesterday was the fact that he identified, and justifiably so, that the women constitute over 50% of the voting population. There's no doubt about that. And a lot of times you hear the men say, oh, women, you don't support one another, you are always going to, pull each other down, and so on and so. The bottom line is, yes, we've had, cases of women not standing by one another or by each other, and this is a problem of our mindset before the advent of women actually caught a woman of easy virtue. Men don't, well, I'm not saying going to generalize it. Some men don't want to hear that. Some men see women as expendable figures. And so it is not all women that you hear them say this. But one thing I want to assure you that there's a lot of awareness that is going on amongst the women. If I tell you, all my elections in Adamawa State, I have had tremendous support of the women folks. And because there's so much understanding now on the part of the women. And I know that if, like I said initially, if political parties will consciously and deliberately say, look, for a change, let us have national secretaries as women, both at the national, the state, and the world. You will see things begin to change.
I have to ask another question.
And you will understand.
Please.
Yes.
Pray tell. I have to ask another question. There's also the issue of character assassination.
I'm ready for you.
There's also the issue.
Absolutely.
Thank you, ma.
We have also pull me down syndrome.
Yes, no, listen, let me just land.
You have a character assassination.
No, listen. Yes. You remember how the Senate President accused Joy Nune, who apparently slapped him, of having 4 husbands. There's another senator that came on air too and accused Senator Natasha Abuti of having 6 children from 6 different men. They just assassinate the characters of these women because they dared to come out to speak. So I want another pertinent question I need to ask, that do you think this character assassination can actually affect the swing of the pendulum when it comes to public opinion?
Absolutely not. It shouldn't. We are getting to a very, very critical phase of our political experiment in our democracy, that such blackmail do not hold water any longer, because a lot of times you will know that these stories are just fabrications. They are just mere defensive mechanisms on the side of men to see a way to look for a way of silencing the women. But women understand better now. I remember in my early days of my political experience, I used to get rattled when I see journalists write very ridiculous things about me in the pages of the newspapers. I get worried, I get agitated, especially now where we are in the era of social media, where someone can just sit at the corner of his room and just fabricate a story and begin to send it out. You know, I know better now. When I read such stories, I don't take it with any pinch of salt. You want to believe whatever you want to believe, but that should not deter the women.
Thank you so
You
much.
must understand that these are deliberate attempts to frustrate you, to sideline you, to marginalize you. And the more you stand with your head up, even in the face of this intimidation, the more you earn respect for yourself, you know, from even men, not just women. So that a woman has married 6 men in her lifetime is not a big deal to me.
All right, guys. Thank you very much for your time with us today. I appreciate you all, my people. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. I would like us to just move on right now. At this moment, I'm going to be posting out a link for those of you that want to join us today, Saturday. It's better you just join us on time if you are free, because we might likely be rounding up on time today. A link I've posted. You know, thank you very much, my people. I still have 1 or 2 presentation, but short one now that will take. But I have somebody already calling in. Mr. Magnus, thanks for calling in, sir. Good evening to you. Talk to us quickly.
Good evening, Mr. Rajawat.
Thank you, sir. Talk to us.
Thank you, Mr. Rajawat. Thank you, Mommy Diaspora. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, the commenters and everybody. Mr. Rajawat.
Yes, sir.
Nigeria is gone. Let me not tell you the truth. What is going on? Especially this Natasha issue. Nigeria is gone. Don't you truth will not come out of Nigeria. For so, both our leaders, let me not tell you the truth, our leaders, truth will not come out from their own mouth. Let me not tell you the truth. Nigeria is gone. Believe me or not, this is the reason why I always believe about the single word Nnamdi Kanu said. Everything is coming to pass. Nigeria is gone. Whether you believe me or not, or anybody listen to my word now, surely is lie that Nigeria will revive back again. That is deceiving itself. Nigeria is gone.
Okay.
The leaders cannot even say a truth, just common truth. Common truth. You see what happened to Natasha? This is going to be the beginning. They have started. And it's going to be every blessed day our women will be sexual harassed, and not everybody. They will go cheat or nothing will happen. Let me just tell you the truth. It's only the poor people that is going to suffer this thing that we are. Everyone is a warfare saga. Whether they saga themselves for Nigeria. Senator, let me just thank you so much.
All right.
Everybody just let everybody just pray. Any country where everybody is just making the camp. You see Nigeria. Let me not tell you the truth. The life they hear my voice, I don't tell you the truth. Nigeria is gone. Believe me or not. One day, you see this Senate. Now inside that Senate house, then they go share this country. believe me or not, mark my word. Right after,
All right. Thank you.
Mark my word. Any Nigerian person listen to me call your word, they should write this to this date and ask it. Senators, they go share this country. Truth not in this country. That country, truth not there. I think they get out.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
If not my family.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you. A lot of people have given up on the country. You know, it's sad. It's very sad. But for me, I can't give up on Nigeria, because if I give up on Nigeria, my good claim say I be Ghana, you know, or I be Ghanaian. So it's sad. Let's continue to put our effort to see how this can work. You know, but still, as you all know, that we've been criticizing the satanic PDP for the past couple of days, as they have been threatening and treating, you know, the way they have been treating Senator Natasha at the house. You know, I personally came here to let you know how many PDP members in the house, and all of them stay silent satanically. But one don't finally come out now, can't talk after the pressure. For some of you that always look down on social media, you know, you never know, because your voices are going far. That's it. But let's listen to what this one have to say. Yeah, but before that, I'd like to appreciate some of you right there on the comment section. Mother of Mommy Diaspora, good evening to you, Mommy. Thank you very much for that. You do appreciate you always. Thank you very much, Tonia, Tom, Eno, Ion. Thank you very much. Good evening to you. Good evening to every one of you right there. Vitals, I can see you right there as well. O2, Elom, thank you very much. Good evening to you. Good evening, my wonderful people. There are more people right there. Wisdom Lucky, Kistel Gerahi, Olarwaju as well, MC Magnus, and many, many others. Rosie Yosh is with us today as well. You know, we get many of them will join us today. Ajio Deborah in the building, Discussion Channel TV, Vitus Equivalent, Peggy Modi, Alaba Ferreira, Bryce Strasser, Festus Igbenowaya, Mother Helen in the building today. Wow, it's been a while. Good to hear from you, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel, as usual. Thank you very much, sir. Mike Akinbari, you know, and many, many others. In case I didn't mention your name, is not intentional. Abami, I can see you as well. Patience Eganruwa. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my people. God bless you all. Then we have Dixon Dagbon in the building. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Peter Ife in the building. Shizoba Chukwa Meka is with me. Thank you, my people. God bless you. Upright TV, I can see you as well. Prince Aka, I can see you. Thank you. Love Manduka in the building. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, I would like us to move on right now. Madam Iris Finest, finally, after 78 years, we finally hear from Madam Iris Finest. It's good to hear from you. Good evening to you, man. Thank you very much for all that you do. Social Method TV, I can see you right there. Thank you. And many of you listening to us. Thank you. But meanwhile, listen to what the PDP member have to say now.
Mr. President, for this opportunity that you have given to me to make a few remarks about what is on the table before all of us. Distinguished colleagues, I know how senators have been feeling about the subject of discussion today. Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, I am sure that all of us are very well aware of the efforts that were made to avoid today. And so I want to say, on behalf of myself and my colleagues on this side of the aisle, that we feel very sad that this thing is coming from this side. I would have loved that it is coming from this side. Mr. President, I want to say without any fear of contradiction that it is very, very unfortunate that it has come this way. Like I said, all efforts were made to avoid what is happening today. We are members of the minority on this side, but we are also senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And we have our rules. And as chronologically put together here, there is no doubt that there has been a breach of our rules. And breaches of rules and laws definitely come with consequences. These are the consequences that have been put very clearly here, that ordinarily would have been avoided. Mr. President, we are not against the report. But Mr. President, I want to remind all of us that we are all Nigerians. And as Nigerians, we have the tradition encapsulated in the sage that if you beat your child with the right hand, you draw that child with the left hand. We therefore say that this Senate is aware that even in our homes, we have very recalcitrant children. We don't drive these children away from the house. So we keep begging them to be of good behavior. Sometimes we beat them too. And so today we are faced with this situation that we all know impinges on the integrity of this institution, that is ordinarily the highest lawmaking institution in Nigeria. And so the expectation of many Nigerians is that we must demonstrate the highest level of integrity. And it starts with obeying our rules. Having said that, Mr. President, from this side of the aisle, we want to plead that while implementing these recommendations that will be approved by the Senate, or is most likely to be approved by the Senate, if it is convenient for the Senate and Mr. President, now that even the committee has given a window of possible mitigation of this sentence, we want to ask if it is convenient for the Senate and Mr. President that the 6 months punishment for suspension be reduced to 3 months. I say this with all with all sense of responsibility, but I think that with what has been canvassed here and the unanimity of senators on the gravity of these incidents, on the integrity of this institution, that 3 months is sufficient for some level of restitution, that 3 months will be enough for our sister and us here to reflect, to circumspect, and agree with the generality of opinion here. One person or 2 persons, or even a group of persons cannot be bigger than the generality of the Senate here. And even as we rose from our meeting yesterday, to avoid this moment, we had raised the subcommittee to interface with the relevant persons in this impasse. Unfortunately, we have not been able to actualize our desires until today. And so, Mr. President, on behalf of myself and my colleagues here, we just pray that this type of ugly circumstance will not rear its head again. And going forward, having admitted that we are one family in this Senate before, that we will continue to remain the one family that we have adopted for ourselves in the past, believing that Nigerians are looking up to us for laws and checks that will bring succor to the ordinary Nigerian. I think that, as unfortunate as it is, this distraction is avoidable. And after today, Mr. President, I hope very sincerely that all of us will put hands together to ensure that we abide by the rules of the Senate, that we conform ourselves and focus ourselves very, very sensibly on the reasons why we are here, to make laws for this country, to attract benefits to our constituencies, and ensure that Nigerians benefit from good governance. Mr. President, I thank you for this opportunity.
All right, my people, for the first time, a PDP member end up talking. And from beginning to the end, he was talking rubbish. It's a very shocking submission. He was stylishly passing his submission, at the same time romancing the president. Then he ended up not saying anything. Okay, you know what they call this kind of one? Make they say I not talk, make I go talk. May not be like say I not talk. You know, no. Sacha, this is sad, but it's all right. I want you guys to Swen, the disgraceful one from our Edo state that nobody know. Suddenly, because they hear his voice now, we concern Natasha. Make una look his street here.
There is a say when it all say if you build us near rich man as a poor man, the lights where they shine for the rich man house, where they shine they enter the poor man house. My people, this road now leads to Senator Nenda Imaswe house. Senator representing Edo South presently. In case you don't know the man when you handle Natasha and Akpabio case, when refer Natasha to suspension for 6 months, that be Senator Nenda Imaswe. Now this road lead to a house. Carry camera come. This is the road. We get senator for this area. Senator representing Edo South. Senator Neda Imaswe. See the road. See road where you dey. See how? Use camera, video now. See how? See road. See road. See road. See road where Senator Neda Imaswe dey. Wanna video me? See how? See road where senator dey. Senator. You dey fit the handle woman case for House of Assembly. You dey fast. You dey handle woman case, Natasha case. You dey suspend her. But see your road. See road where you dey, senator. We be like we not get senator for Edo South. Oga come and say make you come tell Edo people what you don't do for Edo South. Even the road to your house is not good. See ya. Even the road to senator house is not good. See ya. Show na dey see ya. Nigeria, una dey see where they pass through. Una dey see where they pass through. See ya, senator. See ya. Senator, that be this one. Wanna see you. Senator. Senator. Carry camera come. And the zero where senator they stay, senator.
Nigeria go better. It's in our hand. We not get leaders. Who see you go feel say you know you won't see you go feel say maybe you know they talk for Senate. Who see you go feel say Senator then that man swear not they talk for Senate. See but I see Senator. See Senator representing those South. In case you not feel say they lie. See now he drop all these lights for year. See lights will drop. See Senator Matthew. See even Oride na Oride light self. Not be even you. See Senator Matthew Oride. Now he drop all these lights. Not be even you no. Not be you carry camera come this side. Come. Show now I see where Senator road day. When I see Senator road to Senator house. Senator representing those South. See when I see Senator house. See in short, now here be Senator house. Now here be house. See Senator representing those South. Road to a house. Like road be this one. A road like be this one. My people, like I say back on show now. We not get leaders for this country. We not get leaders. But you they active for House of Assembly. You they active for Senate. You they submit petition. They say may they suspend Natasha. How far I come and be? How you come and be? We feel say maybe you know they talk for House of Assembly or for Senate House. We not know say you they talk where. Oga, your road to your house is not good. You call yourself a senator, a city senator, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Senator Neda Imaswe, your road to your house is not good. I don't feel even wear pan. Road not good. See my body. Carry camera, come. Carry camera. See my body. Look my leg. Look out to my leg. Look out to my leg. Carry camera to my leg. Look my leg. Look my leg, sir. Nice, sir. Look out, sir. I can't even leg not fit part or say back one pass or more to one pass. Senator Neda Imaswe, fix the road to your house. Fix your environ. Budget they come. Fix your environ. Fix the road to your house. Senator Neda Imaswe, I greet you for being fix your area. Fix your those south. Fix them. Nonsense.
All right, guys. For some of una will not see picture properly. Now be that. See, now you carry the Olaga number one where he destroy Natasha anyhow. See, he's a disgraceful senator. Una see the road where lead to your house just now. He's a disgraceful senator. I don't know before. Now only just 4 days ago. Now I know say this kind of man. Say he come from Edo State. Say he even did the Senate House. I know you all know her before. You understand? When it comes to Satanism, then you get to know them. When it comes to development, you don't go ever know them. Lie. Sad. But meanwhile, I appreciate every one of you right there. For our videos, we are done. I only have one article that I would like to quickly showcase here, just to tally up what we have for you guys there as on our thumbnail. Let me put this on your screen so that we can start talking. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Do your part, press on the like button, help us to share. Press on the $sign if you can, encourage what we do here. Of the Nigerian democracy has descended into a circus of disgrace. Allegation of sexual harassment, tear gas, and paid protesters have stripped the institution of its dignity. So there's a lot of lambasting here, but I'll just let it go. That headline, now you're concerning me, coming from Vanguard. A lot of people are talking. I like the facts. Thank you very much, my people. I just like us to start talking. I have only 2 people on the panel, and I'm good to go with that. Today's Saturday. Thank you so much, my wonderful people. Do your part by pressing on the like button, help us to share. Let me call on Sir Louis. Sir Louis, you are the first on the panel today, followed by our guy, Mr. Jonathan. Sir Louis, please talk to us, sir. It's good to have you on the show. Sir Louis, you are not there. Mr. Jonathan, please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Elvis, thank you very much. I greet you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, God bless you, Mr. Elvis,
Thank you
for the
much.
good work you are doing. God bless you.
There's noise on your background, sir. There's somebody talking on your background.
Sorry. Okay, sorry about that. I think that's taken care of. Thank you for the good work you are doing. God bless you. God bless you abundantly. I greet you. I greet my fellow panelists here. I greet Mommy Diaspora. I greet you, ma. God bless you abundantly. All the commenters, everyone there, I greet you all, and the callers, the listeners. God bless you all and welcome. Yeah, it's another day. I'm here today. We are all here today. This Natasha case, for me, is something that I'm really focused on. I always like to focus on issues, national issues that are affecting us as a nation. When you talk about our educational system, our healthcare system, our economy overall, those are the things I like to talk about, to spend my time on. And politics, of course, in most cases, I see subject or matters like this as trivia. They are just, to me, I see it as waste of time. So I don't really spend my time on it. But this one is different. I kind of classify this as being unique. It's different because why? It is connected to all other critical issues as well. That is why I'm paying attention to this Senator Natasha's story here. It's connected to everything. It's connected to our political life. It's connected to our economy overall. And I will break that down. So that is why I think it's worth my time. Even though I don't like talking on issues like this. But I think this one is connected, is interconnected, even to our political and economic life in Nigeria. Just now, we saw the last video. To buttress my point there, we just saw the last video. That is the job of the media. And thank God, we thank God for social media. That is what the real media should be doing in Nigeria. A sitting senator, look at what he's spending his time on. So much so. Look at his constituency. This is how you connect them to show Nigerians that these people are not effective. They are not there for Nigerians. But for me, it is not new. Last year, this Senator Nada Imasuen, I mentioned his name. The amount of money he received for constituency allocation. I mentioned him. I brought him out, and Akpabio, the 2024 budget. The amount of money that they received. In that budget, he said all his constituency by now is going to be on solar. He collected money for road construction for his constituency. And this is what we're seeing today. There is no accountability of any kind. That money is gone. It just goes straight into their pockets. We're seeing it now. So that is why I said this Natasha issue is bringing out other pertinent areas that is very, very, central to our lives, in Nigeria and as Nigerians. It's exposing a lot of things. Ordinarily, this guy probably would not have done this. If Natasha case is not here today, he probably will not be showing Nigerians this. And it cut across board. All these politicians, all of them. This is the same thing. It's the same. Go to their constituency. Go and see. They can only, and you said it very aptly, that when it comes to good stuff, you can never see their name associated with something good that you can attach to, that they can carry on as a legacy. That eventually, when they pass on, nobody is going to live forever. You can say, oh, look at this. There is nothing past senators, nothing that you can say that you can attach to them that is dear. But when it comes to bad stuff, that is the only time they becomes their names comes to public glare. Finish. You can't see this man, this senator, Imasuen, fighting for a specific law or rule and fighting, standing on the floor and fighting it all through, defending it, arguing it all through. You can never, you don't see him like that. And look at the PDP man. You said it. I was glad you said that. Yeah. He was speaking. He spoke rubbish all through. I said it before. I'll say it again. These are men in their 60s, 50s, 70s. Some of them combined together. Look at what they are displaying. Just look at it. Yesterday here on this platform, I said, why is PDP not talking? I was glad to, yes, that same yesterday, late in the night, they came out with a news that PDP is now responding, condemning the suspension. But that is still not enough. They should hear this. You cannot be, you look at the man, that senator. He said, in this place we are family. Hey, Mr. Senator, you are no damn family in the Senate house. You are not there. You are not family. The best you will call yourself, we are colleagues. These are my colleagues. You are not any damn, let me use any F word here. You are not any damn family. Because that's what you people do there. That's what you people do every day. You run it as a family affair. It is not any damn family affair. It is Nigeria affair. Because that is the mentality that all of you carry there. We are family here. So somebody will do something stupid. You will go and sit down and discuss. Don't discuss any damn thing there as a family. Discuss Nigeria. Discuss Nigerians. Not family thing. Don't. Do you think people are stupid? We are family here, so we talk, we discuss it as a family. That is what is killing. And I really, in fact, what made me to come to the platform today, the caller. I was listening to the caller, and he made a very profound statement. And that statement can go on record. It is in this same Senate house that they will divide that Nigeria. It is inside that same Senate. It's a prophetic statement. Inside that same Senate, they will divide that country. And when Mr. Evans, when you said if they divide, if Nigeria is no more, what will you be? How will you call yourself? Or will you say you are? No, you will not call yourself a Ghanaian. You are an Edo man. You call yourself an Edo man, an indigenous of Edo, born. With Edo blood flowing in you. With your own state or your own country, emerging from that part of what they call Nigeria today. It is inside that Senate house that they will divide that country. It's a very prophetic statement. Inside that same place where they are carrying out all this charade, all this shenanigans, and all these stupidities that we're seeing unfolding every day in front of our eyes. Inside that same floor. That's where they will distribute and cut the whole thing into pieces. Literally themselves, they will take knife and they will split it up. Look at men. It would have been better for that PDP man to have sat down and just keep quiet. Don't say anything, because what you spilled out there was utter rubbish. No sense at all. No sense. What are you trying to achieve? Still romancing the Senate president, while you are saying that they should look at him, even has the temerity to open his mouth and still talking about reducing the suspension to 3 months. Even 3 week suspension, it is still illegal, as far as I know it, by my own understanding of the Nigerian constitution, of what you call constitution today in that country. It is still not appropriate, because you are denying the people of a constituency, the entire people, 1/3 of a state. That's what we have 3 senators representing each state. So it is 1/3 of that state that you are denying. We are denying them. That they have nothing to offer other than sitting down there talking as a family. As a family. You cannot develop the country if you say you are there, you are talking as a family. It cannot work. So we can see where the problem is. So you people go there and you are discussing as a family. You have turned it to a family affair. Some people will say it's a business center. Yes, it is. You go there, you talk Nigeria, you talk Nigerians, how to move Nigeria forward. And in the process of doing that, there is no way that you will have your opinions will balance. No, you have diverse opinion. That is why we cannot see you, the PDP, which is the official opposition. This is the best that they can offer. That's why we're not seeing them acting as real opposition. Yes, I said it yesterday. I said the PDP is not working, is not acting. It's a disappointment. And somebody will say social media is not working. Yes, they are listening. They are listening. And that is not even the PDP, this is a fight for them. Somebody said here yesterday that they've gone back to the drawing board to strategize. Are you kidding me now? Your official position must be stated. You should be ready with it. In that house, that same day, that Thursday, 2 days ago, as they finish their pronouncement, it is in that same Senate, outside in front of that, you will come out with your press conference. The media will be there. That is what is called opposition. That is how nation works. You will come there that same day with the official PDP leader and his caucus standing behind him, and you will come out and you will make your statement known, clear to Nigerians. And I'm sick and tired of these stupid rules that they are talking. And now when they want to talk, some people will come here, they will think, just like that senator, thinking that he is wise, not knowing that all of them combined together. To Nigerians, you are not wise men. You are not. Thinking that in his own eyes, he thinks he's wise with all those foolish statements that he was spewing out. You're not wise. That's not what wise men does. No. You cannot tell me 108 of you, that's the best you can come up with to suspend a senator for 6 months. And one of you turn around thinking is doing good, that they should reduce it to 3 months. Saying that he has broke the rule. And so she will face the consequence. Okay, we give it to you. It's your rule. What about the we're talking about the punishment that you made. That punishment itself is, as far as I know it, before some people will be talking, am I a lawyer? I don't have to be a lawyer. I don't have to be a lawyer to know that it is not appropriate to do that. I don't have to be. Same way that you don't have to be an economy before you start talking about Nigerian economy situation. Nobody is going to ask you, are you an economist? And you don't have to be a security expert before somebody will be asking you that you are talking about insecurity in Nigeria. Don't fall for that stupid, crooked, criminal argument any longer. Yes, at the end of the day, lawyers will go to court and they will talk and they will argue. They will face the judge. But as a Nigerian, you have your brain intact. Nobody, go and tell the people that have been kidnapped. Go and tell them, the people that have paid ransom, people that their families have been bought because of due to kidnapping and terrorism. Go and tell them whether they are security experts when they are talking about insecurity in Nigeria. People that die of diseases or sicknesses that ordinarily it shouldn't have cost their lives. Go and tell their family when they are talking about the poor state of medical care in Nigeria, that are they doctors? You don't have to be a doctor. That is the cheap argument we use in Nigeria all the time, especially once you hear that line. Nigerians, once you hear that line, just know that something crooked is happening or about to happen. Just know. That's what Nigeria, that's what they do. Yes, lawyers will go to courts. They will use their knowledge and their expertise to go and argue the case in front of a judge. But that still does not take away our brain. That is what is called justice. You can see it. Justice can be seen. You see it by applying your brain. So don't let anybody come and bamboozle us here and say that are we lawyers? We're talking, we can see. We can see the injustice. We can see it. We don't need anybody to be telling us. We see it. So the country can't move forward like this. Yes, it's a hall of shame. They are all, it's so disappointing. This Senate that we have right now, the best. And if they think that this matter is going down, this matter is not going down. It's not going down. If it is Senator Natasha and Senator Natasha alone that could bring this down on this issue of sexual harassment. If you are talking about your rules, your Senate standing rule, fine. Hold on to your Senate rules. Met out punishment on her or any senator that breaks your rules, fine. But not this type of punishment we're seeing. It tells us we see injustice, we know it. We can see injustice when we know injustice when we see one. This has nothing to do if it is your rules that has been broken. It is not this kind of punishment. It doesn't correlate. It doesn't match. It does not make any sense. We can see it. So don't fool us. Apply whatever you want to apply. Don't take away the people, the entire 1/4 of a state. Don't take them off. She has the right to vote on any matters because she's representing the people of a state. There are other privileges in the Senate that she could be suspended or restricted. Many of them, there are so many other privileges within the Senate. So many privileges that she could be stripped of. She could be stripped of so many other privileges. Where do you want to start from? Many of them. Many privileges. Not to take away the privileges, the rights of his constituency. You can't take that away. Is that one? I don't need to. For me as a Nigerian, I don't need anybody to tell me that. I know that the law says that. So that in itself is not appropriate. That is why the political party that she represents has failed, the PDP here. They are all sitting down together as families with the ruling party. They are not there for Nigerians. They are not there for the people they are representing. If they are, this is not what we'll be seeing today. All hell will have broken loose by now because they will stand, they will insist. There are so many other privileges that she could be stripped of. There's so many of them. Not the people that she's representing on that one. So when they talk about this rule, that's what we'll be hearing over and over again. This is a satanic evil machination. When they are saying all these things, please don't be deceived. Don't be carried away when they are talking about rules, that she has broken rules. Don't be carried away. That is, apply your rule. Apply it the way, whichever way you want to apply it. A Senate is an institution. Apply it. But don't bring it to the people of Kogi State. Kogi Central. They have nothing to do with it. Don't take away their rights from them. You can't do that. And with the issue of the sexual harassment as well, now, which is a completely separate thing. If you are all men of integrity, you will deal with that one head on. Head on. You will not be using any stupid technicalities. You will deal with it head on. Okay. Now that she has been suspended, fine. Then go back to that matter and start dealing with it. Because it is in this Nigeria, you and I will see somebody else will commit the same, or will be alleged to have committed the same. We will see how the person will be arrested, charged to court, convicted, all within a day or 2 or 3 weeks, max 3 weeks, within a month. What is even a month? Or within a week, the person will be arrested, arraigned, locked up, and sentenced in this same country. So we can't stop. So this matter is not going away. It's not going away. And it is on the Nigerian media. If we have a media, this is what the media will be asking the Senate president to recuse himself. He must recuse yourself. You must. You cannot sweep this matter under the carpet. You can't. Anyway, Mr. Elvis, let me allow my fellow panelists, if he's available now, to add his voice to this.
All right.
I'll leave it.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate the time given. Thanks. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. I have to give you that time because we are not much here, because I'll be pressing the button anytime soon. Thank you so much for touching on the different areas. God bless you, sir. I appreciate you. Let's call on Sir Louis again for the second time, if he's available. Sir Louis, are you there?
Yes. Good afternoon, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Good evening to you. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon from here. You see, I think I'll start from the senator. I think that was the part I joined when I joined this broadcast. That was the senator. If I remember, that man was elected. I think he's a member of the Labour Party. You know, no one even knew him before the election. And you know, Nigerians just rushed to the voting center. They were just pressing Labour. That was how he became a senator. You know, it was just it was a luck, or it was a miracle on his side of the Nigerian people, and he was elected. And when you look at it right now, see what is happening. You know, after he became a senator and a few other people that were elected under the platform of the Labour Party, when they enter the Senate House, if you check properly, see that they all went silent. During the campaign, what everyone expected, that those people who were elected under the platform of the Labour Party, they were going to come in to actually to define governance, to come into looking at where the stand Labour Party had during the campaign and the expectations Nigerians also placed on what Nigerians expected of them from Peter Obi and all that. So Peter Obi, we all know what happened in the presidential election. But those guys who were elected to the House of Senate, they were disappointed. When they got in there, they became part of the problem. And I remember on several occasions we talked about these guys that when they entered the House of Senate, I know Peter Obi talked about, I understand that a tree cannot make a forest, but a tree can start a resistance. It can at least resist for some time, and maybe when the tree starts it, then others will stand up. But these guys were in there, they became complicit, they became part of the problem. And if you look at this guy from Benin City right now, he is doing everything possible to please the Senate president. And he doesn't really care. And this is the problem we have with the Nigerian system today, because we don't have an institution that works. We only have a strong man system. It's a mafia world, If you watch the mafia film, Last Dawn, Godfather, written by by Mario Puzo, you will understand the game. Once there's a godfather in town, everybody, you must bow to that godfather if you are within the mafia network. Or the godfather will take you out. We all know what happened in the movie of Vito Corleone and Don Falusi, Don Shishio, and the rest of them, how they were taken out. And that is what is playing out in the Nigerian politics. Now look at the Senate House. Everyone is trying to please the Senate president. Now, why are they pleasing the Senate president? Because we don't have an institution that works. Now, the Senate president, he is in line, he falls into the same network of the president. So if President Tinubu was a man that actually wants to see through proper democracy, where the rule of law stands, where everyone is respected equally, these things will not happen. And when I watched the speech that was made by the First Lady, I was also disappointed. I think that was yesterday. The First Lady, when I looked at her, because we all know what happened when she was a senator. We saw the fight between her and Dilo Melai. We saw the fight between her and other people in the house. Over the same Akpabio. But when he got to Natasha's position, these all people became, they all changed. And what we should know is, Natasha is fighting what she's fighting is bigger than just this, what we are seeing at, what the media is showing us. Everything we see is just a tip of the iceberg. There's a lot going on we don't know. She is having a strong stand. Looking at the Ajakuta steel, looking at everything she's fighting for, it's a very big battle she's facing. And this battle started long ago. Yaya Bello did everything to frustrate her. Now she's in the house. But unfortunately, those guys there are not there to serve. The senators are not there to serve. The Senate House today in Nigeria, one, is a retirement home. It's a home for retirement people. See what Dr. Shobole was talking. If you see the video when he was talking, when he also said our in-law, referring to Natasha or whatever. I think if you look at the man that sat close to him, I think that is Benga Daniel. Benga Daniel, the one of the former governor. Looking at how when you look at the video, see how he was looking and everything. You see, this is the problem. It's a retirement home. The same what Dr. Shomole said years ago when he was the APC national chairman. He said he was going to fight to make sure the Senate House was not a retirement home for ex-governors. A place where young people who are vibrant will come in to speak for the betterment of Nigeria, a fight that will take development to their constituency. And if everyone begins to work as a senator, making sure they are representing their people properly, democracy we get faster to the grassroots. But he now that said he was going to fight as governors for going to Senate, he is in the Senate House today. So what does that tell you? It tells you that these people have no integrity. That is where we are right now as a country. That's where we are. And if you listen to Oshomole's speech, when he spoke, he said something. He said when I think he said when he made a speech earlier on when he just got elected, that he told the world that he spent his own money to buy his own furniture. That when he made that speech, that he got a big problem from his fellow senators. That why will you say you spent your money to buy your own furniture? That you want to put us in trouble. So which means, you see, once you are in that place, it's like a fraternity. You must follow the rules. And when you try to stand out to want to be upright with your people, I know that they will fight, they will do everything to bring you down. That is that house. So those people, if you think you have a senator representing you, what you see them do in their constituency is just crumbs. Crumbs. Compared to the allowances they get, compared to the development allowances and whatever, what they do is just crumbs. That is nothing compared to the amount of money allocated to these people. So it's a shame, honestly. And when if we say we have senators, it's a shame. We do not. We don't. Now, this lady came out. She brought up a discussion of sexual harassment. She went to the court of public opinion. That was why she went to Arise. First, that was where she held this view. I mean, this allegations. And of course, the Senate, they took it on. They started talking about it. Akpabio, the man who is accused, is still the one that presided over his own case. I mean, we all know Nemo Judah Ekaswa said a lawyer cannot be presiding over your own case in the court of law. But he sat down and he was the one that read out the suspension and says hi, those who will say hi, those who will say nay in his own case, against the person that leveled a case against him. He's supposed to be the defendant or the respondent. But he was the one present. And now, does the Senate have a right to suspend a sitting member for 6 months? The answer is no. These are just few. Look at this. I actually went down to research about this. The Senate House does not have the power to suspend a sitting member for 6 months, according to the 1999 Constitution as amended. The Senate standing order, the Senate can discipline the members, but such actions are subject to specific rules and limitations. We have the disciplinary powers. The Senate can suspend a member for misconduct based on standing orders. However, this suspension is usually for a short period, often not exceeding 14 legislative days. You see it? The constitutional provisions. 1999 Constitution guarantees the right for elected members to represent their constituency. Suspending a member for an extended period, such as 6 months, may be deemed unconstitutional, as it could disenfranchise the members' constituents, as disciplinary actions must align with constitutional principles of the hearing and representations. We also know this. We know the judicial precedents. We know the due process. But these people came out, they did it because as of today in Nigeria, as we stand right now, where we are standing right now, we don't have anyone in Nigeria anymore that stands for the Nigerian people that will come out to say, no, this is not done. This cannot be done in a democratic setting. We have to do things right. We do not have any. An APC right now, they are fighting for a one-party system. Everyone that comes from an opposite party, they are being bought over to the APC. People no longer have a stand anymore. Peter Obi doesn't even know where he stands anymore. Those who stand with him, they're all decamping. So the country right there is in a mess. It's in a mess. So you now think someone like Natasha, of course the sister will fight Natasha. But this is an eye-opener to many people to know where we are as Nigerians, to know where we are as a country, to know what is happening. Are we going to go on like this? What will this outcome be? What will it give birth to? That is what I'm looking at right now. I'm carefully understanding, studying the scenario, studying everything. What will this current situation, what will it give birth to? This should give birth to a new set of people. This should give birth to a system that because Nigerians right now, there are millions upon millions of Nigerians who are tired tired of this system. Many of them before they were scared to speak. Now there are platforms, there are social media platforms like we have here, Nigeria Watch and others who are speaking. This is the time for Nigerians to come together. We coming together is a fear. It's the greatest fear these people have is Nigerians coming together. We separating ourselves, being divided to different lines and talking from our little corner is of no use to them. They're not threatened by that. Natasha is a voice. Natasha represents the voice of the disenfranchised Nigerians. Natasha represents the voice of the women, the voice the women should have in politics. The voice that even the Remi Tinubu did not bring to the House of Senate. Natasha represents so many things. It's not just about being elected. Look at Kinjibe and others. It's not about being elected as a woman. It's what you stand for that matters. It's not about being elected. Anybody can be elected. But what do you stand for? The man from Edo State he was mistakenly elected as a senator. So what does he stand for? The first time I actually heard his voice in the House of Senate is this Natasha's case. The first time I never heard his voice in anything. Just there sitting down, taking his allowance, going home to going to do their rubbish in their little corners. That's the first time I actually saw him come out to speak. And see other people coming out. They don't want to come out saying, Senate President, many are the afflictions of the righteous in the House of Senate. What has righteousness got to do with Senate President? Is he righteous as an individual? The same man that was slapped by another woman. Can this happen in a developed country? This man will still be a Senate President? So these are things we have to begin to ask ourselves. Where are we going? We have an election coming, I think, in 2 years' time. It's going to be a mess. Just know it's going to be a mess. The way this arrived is going to be extremely chaotic. It's going to be so, it's going to give birth to another set of delusional set of Nigerians. Just watch out. But let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen to Natasha. And if she, of course, I know she will come back very soon. When she comes back, will the system swallow her up? Will she not become a bench or a chairwoman in the house? Someone who will just come and sit down, just raise her hand and go? Or will she come back and be more louder? We will see. Because right now, while she's keeping quiet, there are so many things happening. Then when the case of the sexual harassment, when it came up, I had two different occasions. I had two thoughts towards it. I looked at it because when I had the Reno Amonkri's submission, I said, okay. I said, let me look at it. I don't want to attach emotions or sentiment to this. I want to look at this properly. Because Reno said something. He said, when that happened, when he brought out his own evidence, that the husband of Natasha called him with one clergyman, that they did a settlement outside court. That's more like a mediation. So they just ended up a settlement. Because in conflict management, you have mediation, you have executive mediation, then you have arbitration, right? So they had a mediation. So and that settled everything. But now, the question I asked myself was, why did they pay him? No, I think I'm just trying to, let's rack our brain around this a bit. Let's get out of our emotions. Let's rack our head a bit. Why did Natasha's husband pay him off? I was thinking about that. I said, because Natasha came out again. She said those evidence he brought in, many of them were not actually right. That Reno was in Nigeria. The day that happened, he said he was away, but she said he was in Nigeria. So, but if all this, why was he paid? Why was he settled out of court? So I'm just, because you know why I'm saying this is, years ago, when I was the head of HRO in London, there was a lady that came. We became friends. She was working in a different department in the company, different department entirely. We became friends. I said, no, day in London. I said, work. I mean, after work, we went for a drink, went to a nice pub, sat down, we became friends. She would call me, we would talk and whatever. So she came to my house one day, she spent a weekend in my house. Of course, I was single, we had it, I mean, you know what I mean. So she came on a few occasions to that, but I didn't really know why she was close to me. I thought I was just having a nice time with a Spanish lady that came to London. A beautiful Spanish lady. This lady went ahead, she filed for sexual harassment against me. After we've already had it. And that was the case. And later on, she said, I promised to employ her in the HRO. We never had such a discussion. I didn't know that she was coming close to us because I was the head of the HRO. I thought it was just, two adults, just having a good time. I didn't know she had a motive. But you know, that happened to that when I was called to the meeting. Of course, I'm a member of the union, Unison in UK, so I had a union representation. So the union sent someone to be with me in the meeting. So when I went to the first meeting, I was so upset. That was when I said, you know what, this is what we'll be having. I showed them all the tests. We'll be having a good time. Outside work, I think it wasn't done within the work environment, so that was not unprofessional at all. There was no time I went to her office within the professional hours and I said anything that was completely unprofessional to her. No. Whatever happened between us happened outside work. So there was nothing wrong. There was nothing wrong with that. But my take was she filed a case against me. You know, so when this thing came up, that started making me to think. I said, you know, it can be two ways to this, but in all, I just want to look at the Akpabio zone, because the one with Reno and Mokri, I don't really know how to go about that, because Reno was settled out of court. Why was it settled? That is just a question that no one is talking about. The reason why I'm trying to be very careful with Nigerians when it comes to many issues is Nigerians have this, I would say, we have this jungle justice mentality of handling cases. Most Nigerians are not good with sitting down to say, let's look at facts. Let's look at different areas. Everybody just follow one narrative. And it can be very bad, because the evil you support today is the evil that will come to you tomorrow. This is what I keep saying to everybody. That's why when issues come, I try to look at, cross-examine everything properly, look at all angles. I will not allow emotions just dictate my submission, because that can be extremely wrong. For example, let me just quickly use this to round up. Years ago, I think a few years ago, a lady died in Nigeria. Osinachi, we all know Osinachi. She died in Nigeria a few years ago. And everybody said it was her husband that killed her. Oh, the husband killed her, domestic violence, blah, blah, blah. But the later found out that the doctor's report was, it was not her husband that killed her. She died of health complications. And the health complications that killed her did not result from domestic violence. No. Even our pastor, the church was attending, Dynamics, Pastor Poeneche came out to also say, this lady was sick. She came to me for prayers. I prayed for her, but when she was not getting better, I told her to go to the hospital. The doctor brought the report. But every Nigerian, why? Because Osunashi's sister said the husband used to beat her. That is used to, look at the word, underline, used to beat her. But the beating that the husband gave to her some time ago did not contribute to her heinous. No. But the husband said they had issues back in the days. The husband was just what Nigerians ran with. And that was a jungle justice approach. What happened? The Minister of Women Affairs asked the husband to be arrested. The husband was arrested. The case was handled without fair hearing, without proper judicial precedence. The man was sentenced to prison. The children taken away from the father. Now the children they were given to their aunties. That's the late wife's family. That is jungle justice. Jungle justice could have happened in the developed country. Hell no. But Nigerians are like that. They just run with one thing. Oh, she died. Her husband killed her. Did her husband kill her? No. She died of sickness.
How did you know that?
But the doctor's report came. No, guy, I follow the report. It's not by emotions now. The doctor's report said the illness that got her admitted was not from domestic violence.
That's the only thing you know. You just base it on that doctor's report.
Oh, God,
period.
Wait. The pastor, the church was attending, even the pastor and the wife came out to say, as at the time she came to meet them for prayers, they prayed for her. But when they saw that she was not getting better, that is Dunamis pastor in his own speech. Go and watch the video. The pastor said he now told her to go to the hospital because she was not getting better. But now, it was not the domestic violence that killed her. But that was what Nigeria, you see, there's one thing I call confirmation bias and belief perseverance. Very common with Nigerians. In Nigeria, people believe this thing. They don't want to believe fact anymore. They want to run with that thing. And they want you to pass judgment based on what they want to hold on to. And that can be very wrong in handling issues. And that is what the Nigerian court of public opinions always do. We run with that narrative and we expect everybody to run with that same narrative. It's wrong. What you support today, sir, is what you will get tomorrow.
So if Nigerians don't support, I just want to ask a question.
Yes.
If Nigerians don't support that public opinion narrative, which one should they support?
No, see, why I mean public opinion, when the case goes to public opinion, People with critical thinking, people that think logically should come out and handle the issues properly. Because, see, public opinion in the way can become a jungle justice place. Can become a place with some bunch of brigands. A place with some people who are not, people who don't think critically.
Yeah, Mr. Ike, you see on this one, there is one fundamental line that you have taken out. And when you are, everything you are saying, they are normal. They are just a normal, that's the way things should go in a normal climate. You have taken out that fundamental line. Nigeria is not a normal country. So that was the reason why I asked you what you are saying with respect to the lady, the Dunamis lady. You base it on the doctor's report only in Nigeria, and what did see? You must go deeper.
Which has been compromised and can be compromised.
It's not a normal country. Everything you said, you can apply it. You can apply it in normal country.
Okay, let me wrap up. Let me wrap up, sir.
Yeah.
Let me wrap up, sir. See, he said now in a case happened where the man found himself in a powerless position because the church. I'm a Christian. See, I'm an instrumentalist. I teach piano. I do piano lessons for many years. I've led choirs in redeemed churches. I've led choirs in other churches. I played keyboard. I played drums. So I'm a multi-instrumentalist. I'm saying this now. Now this lady came out. She came from the church. Of course, the church backed her up. The society backed her up. The husband was in a powerless situation. The husband couldn't have compromised that report because after the time the doctor brought the report based on the evidence that was in front of him. Now, the pastor, the husband couldn't have also compromised the pastor to come and say what he said. Because at that time, everything was against the man. Let's look at it. Why am I saying this is, anybody could be in that situation. I'm saying Nigeria is a jungle justice country. And that is one thing. I try to look at issues differently. Now, when that was how that case went. Until today, no proper fair hearing was given. The man was sent to years imprisonment. No proper judicial precedence was followed. The kids taken away from him. My brother, let's look at this. Let's forget the whole religious sentiment now. Let's look at things properly. Okay, let me just end this. Over this case now with Mercy Shiwo and the former producer. Look at social media. Look at everywhere. Nobody wants to know what the producer is saying. Everybody else, because Mercy Shiwo is the one we love. She sings a song. We love her. That is it. Nigerians are like that. Nobody cares to look at facts. Nobody wants to look at facts. Everybody follow what their sentiment allows them to, and it's not right. So my take on this, Natasha, it's a total abuse of the House of Senate, total abuse on women, because this is not the first time it's happening. So what I'm saying is the suspension is completely condemnable. I've condemned it on all grounds. Now the senator that just spoke, Naija was playing a video. The man said 3 months. That 3 months is still too much.
Why did you? I want to ask you a question. Why did you condemn the suspension?
Sir, I read something. I read that the Senate code of conduct just now. The Senate House don't have a right to suspend a city member for 6 months. They don't have the right. They don't have the right to do that. On what ground? Now, this is a woman that she led a case, an allegation against the Senate president for sexual harassment. Now, if it was given to ethics committee to look into, now what was the procedure? What was the investigation? Everything was just done in a haste and wrapped up in a haste, and she's put on that suspension just like that. Come on, the Senate can only suspend a city member for 14 days. That's 14 legislative days, not 6 months. They don't have the right.
They don't even, by Oga Lewis, they don't even have any right or constitutional right to suspend any senator. They cannot make a law that will supersede the Constitution. So Nigerians are not even aware. Even many of us abroad, we don't even know the law itself.
Make I finish with this.
You don't know the law.
See, not believe me there. See, in a case of disciplinary, if a senator is facing disciplinary case, for example, it said, now if you look at the code of conduct, I read it again. Said the Senate can suspend a member for misconduct.
Yes. Hold on. That law is wrong.
Based on his standing order, say, however,
This suspension is usually a short period, often not exceeding 14 legislative
Oga
days.
Louis, Oga Louis, when you are speaking, carry the constitution side by side. Don't focus on their law. Their law is not supreme. This is a constitutional body. It's not a supreme body. They have been elected with the constitution and they must abide by the constitution. That is why it's a mirror. Anytime they make a law, it's a mirror for them to look into before they promulgate their own law in the house.
I think you have the floor now. So I'm already done. Maybe you have the floor now. Continue, sir.
All right, thank you. It can't continue. It's not his turn yet. Thank you very much.
Okay, sorry about that.
Thank you, Mr. Lewis. Thank you for your submission. I appreciate you. Okay, I would like us to hear from Madam Irene's Finest. Madam Irene's Finest, it's good to have you on the show. Good to you. You've been a while. Good to hear from you. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Evis. Good evening. Good evening, all the gentlemen in the panel, everybody in the comment section, our viewers at home, and the invisible one that never comments, that never talk. We appreciate every one of you. Thank you all for always coming to the platform, and thank you for always sharing, for always liking, and for the Silver Good members, all of you, I thank you all for always being there for us. And for you, Mr. Evis, well, what do I say? Your consistency is unmatched from anybody, from any platform. Honestly, I don't know how you do it, but thank you all the same for always keeping it smooth and moving. And I also want to send my greetings and my regards to your darling, beautiful wife for always giving us that opportunity to always come to this platform, and for leaving you to always coming to do this every day for us. Thank you. God bless you. And it's been a while, so I've not been around, so a lot has happened, and I just came into the panel today to lend my voice. Good thing that today that I was able to join the broadcast. Natasha issue was still part of the topic that we're treating today. Before I go into the Natasha issue, I want to touch on a little topic that our brother just chipped in as an instance. Everybody heard about that Usinachi case. I can't say that I followed the issue after the husband died, after the husband was arrested. All I want to say is that because the issue, I think after the husband was arrested, was not even too on a private and a public space, because I can remember that the Minister for Women Affairs was the election or she was removed. I can't remember how that issue happened. So which make it difficult for the issue to be on the public space. So I don't know how he goes. The other day, I think some people were even talking about it, that we don't know what later happened to the man, if he has been released, if he's still there. So I can't say if they give him a good hearing or not. But the area I want to hit on is you coming to say that I quite understand the area of jungle justice you're talking about in Nigeria and the way they handle issue emotionally without looking at certain issue holistically, and they don't look into issue critically. I can understand that perfectly. But let me point out something as a woman when it comes to issue of domestic violence. It's a very, very sensitive matter globally. And for the fact that if that's just as Mr. Jonathan said, that you can't see that medical report to just believe everything that surrounded that issue. I don't know about the medical report. I'm just hearing it now. And if by any reason that is what he had, good and fine, that okay, she was ill, which I'm sorry about that. Anybody can be sick. But the area I'm going to, I want you to know that when you hear some people say the husband killed him, or the husband by him, or the wife by her, in most cases, it's not when the people go physical. That is one thing I want some people to know. Domestic abuse have different parts. We have different parts of domestic abuse. We have physical, we have emotional, we have financial, name it, coercive control. We have a lot of it.
And they happen to both male and female.
And please don't interrupt me. I don't want to lose my chain of thought. I've already said it in both parts. It goes both ways. I want you to listen to me carefully so that I will not forget what I want to say. That's why I said him or her. You might hear the wife by the man by. So I'm not this time I'm not centering in one gender. It's not a gender thing. So what I'm trying to tell you is that at that point in time that this thing happened to this woman, it could be that that day that he died, the man actually did not hit him or whatever. But we're talking about what has been endured over the years. Because with what was said by people close to the woman, friends and family, and even the people that the man were in their lives before meeting this very Osinachi, most of the testimony that was coming, there was no doubt that that man was an abusive man. And let me tell you, by the time you endure physical, coercive control, emotional abuse over the years, you see this body is not a machine. When you are being tortured psychologically, your mental health is at stake already. And it gets to a time it will break down. That is already a sickness. And when somebody is hitting you, is going physical on you, there are some physical that somebody will go with you. It will no longer injure you physically. It go in certain parts of your body, which might result to untreatable injury, and it will remain there and persist and extend to some level of sickness. I just want to outline that. I am not saying that Osinachi husband by her or not. I am only saying when some people are saying, people say the husband by her. Like what you said the sister said he used to. How we sure that those ones that he used to do have not already provoked inner damages that could lead to certain diagnosis? I have seen somebody that has been tortured over the years that at the end of the day, as a matter of fact, I'm not saying she was my friend. She was being hit by a boyfriend. To the extent one day he beat this girl to the extent he was hitting her head on the wall. And at the end of the day, she developed a brain problem. And she even had to undergo a head surgery in this Europe. After which she got married, at the end of the day, she treated that head till she was having 2 young children for the husband that did not know where this injury was coming from. Those children were quite small. I think the first child was less than 10 when she later died as a result of that abuse that she got when she was a single girl. So I just want to say sometimes when we are saying some things, we need to be well enlightened about them when we are bringing them to public space. That is why what I just want to address in this issue. It does not mean that when the very day they hit you physically, you buy that day, that means that it's only that day that the person buy you. There are a lot. This is my friend. She died as a result of that, as the head injury that was sustained during abuse when she was dating, and come and die in another man's house that was not inflict that injury on her. So that's what I just want to address. I am not saying it in only this your case. Why I'm saying it is that what you said now is quite common with some people. Oh, it's not the one that by her. It did not touch her that day that she died, that she died. It's not necessarily. This thing can link to something else. That is that for that. So let me go to Natasha issue. I just want to thank all the women that have come out to speak. And the other time somebody was watching this program as well. The person called me and said Dr. Sien was hitting on a certain issue about our women, our feminists. They are not talking, they should hit the street and all that. Well, good and fine. I quite understand people are calling on women to come and talk because what is happening to a woman. I also want to address the issue for people to know that this is not a gender thing. And it should not be linked to just women, calling on women constantly. I've seen several people, not just only Dr. CM, that somebody was telling me he was watching our program that day. So what I want to say here is this shouldn't be a gender issue. Everybody should stand up for what is wrong. And besides, there are also a lot of men there, boys, children from both gender that are being abused on a daily basis, that are suffering this thing. As a matter of fact, Nigeria is a country where these things are normalized. If we are to give statistics of about people that suffer sexual harassment on a daily basis in Nigeria, In fact, people will be surprised because one of the reasons is people don't even know the meaning of sexual harassment, just as many people don't know the extent, how broad domestic violence can be. Same way many people don't know how broad sexual harassment can be. Some people feel it's just all about when somebody have a internal relationship with somebody or consent relationship with somebody. No, it's not just that. And I want to thank Clergy for bringing it. I think I watched one of their news where they will give you the definition of what it is and how it can happen. So I just want to play with people saying women should come. No, everybody should condemn this. If we have to protest in that our unserious country that we are living, that we have, because Nigerians are not serious, we are too docile as a people. And now we take opportunity to just rely on social media to be condemning everything, to be talking. Yes, is it good? Yes, it's good. Is it working? It's working. But I think with the level that Nigeria is right now, Nigeria issue should be taken to the next level. Or else, you see these criminals in power. You see all these old cargoes, all these analog leaders that we have. Man, they are not ready to submit this thing called power to anybody. They are not ready to live there. And besides, they have studied us and read us and say, oh, anything we do after all, they will just go on different channels and make noise and rant and they will go and sleep. And that is exactly what is happening. And I want to categorically say, I stand with Natasha with my full chest, and as a woman and as a mother. Why am I saying so? Not that I'm saying that Akpabio is guilty. Not that I'm saying that Natasha is saying the truth, because none of us has seen the proof. But I'm 70% or 80% convinced that it could be true. Why? Based on Akpabio attitude over the years, which I personally, I have always been surprised to see him behaving like that to women. Because Akpabio, to the best of my knowledge, when he was the governor of their state, I remember one of their campaign when him and the wife said it. I think Patient Jonathan was there, the former first lady, that he had 4 girls and a wife. You are under the roof of 5 women direct from your biological straight family. And you still treat the woman, you still treat women around you the way you do. You make some lousy comments. You make in jest of women, in jest of people in general. You are this power drunk. It's just so unfortunate the kind of country we have. It's unfortunate what we see ourselves into. Honestly, how I wish that we can have more people or more women like Natasha. It's already a shame to see the number of senators we have. We only have 4 women representing us, which already break the rule of gender equality in that country, which already show the regards they have for women, the disrespect. And now, still unfortunate, out of the 4 women in the Senate, you see come out to be one of the disgrace we have. And the former Senator Itagiwa is also another disgrace. And our sitting first lady, another disgrace. As a woman, I am saying this categorically. I am disappointed at them. 3 of them. Because it would have been better they keep mute. They're silent without saying anything. And of course, Madam Ekaite Akpabio is not left out, because she cannot say she don't know what she have in her house. Coming out to run and go and get a lawsuit against Natasha. Were you there? Do you move around with your husband? Are you his bosses that he wear to go everywhere that you can categorically say, yes, I'm always with him, I'm always with him? I understand your part of trying to defend your husband's dignity or the father of your children's dignity. But let me tell you, as a married woman, there are some things you don't defend. There are some things it's better you keep quiet, even if you are living with the man in the house. Even if it's your husband, there are some things you don't defend. Because nobody marry 100% man or 100% woman. And you can't tell me you don't know what you have in your house. It's rare for you not to know certain things about your husband. There are some things, somebody that will come out from somewhere, somebody will say, the wife might not know, the husband might not know that. I will say, oh, it's possible, things like this, but not in this situation. You run and throw a lawsuit. What did you do when one of our women came out to say she slapped your husband? You pay a deaf ear to it. Oh, you feel threatened with Natasha. Woman with brain, beauty, everything is complete. You feel that, oh, it will be easy for people to believe this one. Let me quickly go to court. My dear, I don't blame you. It's because of the kind of country we find ourselves. You people are power drunk. You feel that you have hijacked the country. You feel that the citizens are docile. Nobody will do anything. We will go in there and win and plaster her to the down. But I have a message for you, Madam Ekaite. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing lasts forever. You see that your husband, when he wants to fall, honestly, I don't know how it's going to be, but we are here to see. And that fall will come one day. And if he did not fall now, he have our maker to render his life attitude to. We are watching. We are watching. Since our attitude has make us helpless, the Christians are saying we are looking up to God. Others, the rest of us are on social media shouting, pleading. Nobody is listening to us. You people don't want to do well for the country. It's so sad. It's so sad. The injustice that is being perpetrated against Natasha for speaking up. I want to say thank you, Senator Natasha, for speaking up for the voiceless, for a lot of women that this thing is happening to. And let me send a message to that Bayelsa senator, if I should call him a senator. You came out to start ranting about Natasha having children from multiple men or whatever. Look at you. In that same Senate, one man came there with 4 wives, physically to introduce them to you. You people were laughing like a toothless bulldog. What did you people do about it? Nothing. Then it comes to a woman. You are here shouting. You even take it as far from there, which many people have not really been talking about. We have been talking about tribalism. Then you came and play it out in the case of Natasha. And over the years, you folk claim in Nigeria that where somebody's father come from is where somebody comes from. That day, you were shouting that if that is what they do in her mother's country, that they don't do it in Nigeria. You're already tribalizing Natasha because you know the mother is not from Nigeria. Honestly, are we for real? And somebody also snapped a headline of a certain useless program in this YouTube. To me, that they're saying that Akpabio has sent the Ukrainian senator away from Nigeria. Really? Are we for real? So we are finished fighting Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo tribe now. Now we are fighting about people that are misraised. Really? And we are living in diaspora, having our children here, which we have the possibility of our children get a lot of children here, like in the UK here where I'm living. I've seen a lot of Nigerian married India, Zimbabwe, Ghana, China, Japan. So if it's your grandchild that is coming from that race, somebody come tomorrow and say, oh, leave that Chinese child. Then you will come and be angry. And suddenly say, child is not where the father comes from. Oh, now, Natasha has suddenly been the Ukrainian senator. You people should be ashamed of yourself. And looking at all these things, they are coming from men. They are coming from men. It's a shame. It's a shame. So you think you can come and use her life misfortune, if I thought it's what happened, because I have not even found out, which I'm not even interested, because Natasha's private life right now is not in the bone of contention. What we are saying is the abuse over women, the sexual harassment. Akpabio should step down from that seat and let's have a fair hearing on this. Everything must not be like animal kingdom. He cannot preside over his own case. You cannot suspend this lady without hearing from her. All of you have thanked God. That lady said it then, that they said she should come and take oaths. Now we cannot see the oaths you are taking that Senate. It's not about party. Once you go there, you enter the coven, you take the oath. Then when everything is happening, you become so dumb, so deaf, so silly, and so dummy. And all of you start behaving like tyrants. Really. And these are people making law for us. They don't even know what sexual harassment means. Some are insinuating she's the one provoking them. Some are shouting, she the illegal man, you have accused this, you have accused this. So really? Because one person has done it before, he have complained, and then he will not complain if another person do it. She cannot say she have no rights. It's a shame. And she exposed you people. How you people are operating the Senate. You people never liked it. You run and went and remove her from the committee she was airing because she was ready to expose the ill that was in that place. You people can't stand her, right? And I quite understand that aspect. Unfortunately, it's a very big ego for the men of the country where I'm coming from. It's difficult. Many Nigerian men can't handle a brave woman. They can't handle an outspoken woman. They can't handle an intelligent woman, a strong woman like Natasha. Many of them can't handle her because they feel intimidated. Many Nigerian men are in that bag. That is why I'm not really too surprised about what will happen. Because what Natasha is doing in the Senate, I dare the men there, I am very sure 70% of them cannot do it. They can't stand and confront Akpabio like that. They can't talk to him like that. They don't have the balls. I dare them. Many of them have gone through a lot of things. Even the so-called Imasue, he said it the other day that severally he would raise up his hand to talk or to move emotion. They will not recognize him. What did you do about it? You choose to keep quiet. Now somebody choose to protest against you. You cannot violate her rights. She's representing the people. You people are saying she's proving stubbornness. You change that chair without telling her. Which many senators have also come out to bear witness that they normally send message. They normally notify them. You people never did. Then she protested. Some of our people are still saying, hey, she knows she will sit down in the chair before, after how many days? Why was she even protesting in the first place? Look at she came back and sit down in that chair. Really? So it's that kind of mentality that we have. That somebody will tell you, you will buy tomorrow. Today, you already go and lie down and drink medicine by yourself to buy so that tomorrow will not come. So people are saying that Natasha shouldn't have protest if she knows she will come back and sit there. It's a shame sometimes the way some of us reason. It's a shame. Honestly, this issue is I just can't even imagine if this thing is happening to a politician and the kind person Natasha is and her husband in the society. Imagine the middle class people. Imagine what they must have been facing. Imagine what their wife must have been facing in the hand of some so-called rich men in Nigeria. Because we know how people are so full of themselves in that country. Anyone that have a little money want to oppress anybody around them. Not just the political class. That is who we are as a people. Oppressors. I don't want to imagine. This has been on. You will see some people running up and down. My husband is sick. Please help me. Landlord, help me. Or neighbor, help me. They will say, oh, opportunity have been eyeing. Come and lie down before I will help you. Come and lie down before I will give you money to go and pay your husband hospital bill. A lot of middle class people, with ordinary citizens in Nigeria, they pass through this on a daily basis. Is it graduates that are looking for a job that the boss want to sleep before giving them job? Is it students in the school that want to pass before after writing exam through their professors? Just name it. Why is everybody behaving in this Natasha issue as if it's a strange thing? It's what has never happened in Nigeria before. Many of us suffer it in Nigeria. Sexual harassment is on a daily basis. It's on a daily basis. You see that useless woman the other day, that those paid protesters for Akpabio, saying that is it a crime to look at her? When they look at her, what is wrong with that? Oh, really? You don't really know what sexual harassment means. One was saying she will go there and be provoking them. Really? Like seriously? Even Remi that was rolling her slap when she was in the Senate, now she wants to come and advise. Mary Magdalene, mother of Jesus. You want to come and advise, mother of nation? With which moral capacity? With which one? All of you are disappointments. All of you are total disgrace to that nation. And I hope and I pray, which I doubt, that this matter will not die this way. But unfortunately, Nigeria, it is what it is. The only thing we owe Natasha right now, I'm sending her all the love, all the energy for her to know that she never do anything wrong. For crying out, what happened to her? For me, if she have any proof at this point in time, if the court is not going to do the right thing, post it on the media, disgrace them. Disgrace them. Some people are saying post it. Yeah, she might not be able to post it now if you actually have the proof, which I believe she should as a lawyer, because coming to lay such allegation, you should have proof to do it. You are not naive to the law. I understand that you read law as well. You're a lawyer. So if you know that you are going to go forward for this, going to court, fine. I can understand why you wouldn't want to let the proof out on social media right now. But if by any reason you went to court, you go to court with this, and justice was not served, Akpabio still use all his power and all the Senate gang up, they still use the power to throw it out of court, then they will leave you with no choice. We, the citizen, will want to see that proof. Post it online. Let them be disgraced, since they have made the country a lawless country, a banana republic, a zoo, according to Mazina Dekanu. When he called it zoo, people were angry. When Trump says it's a shithole, people were angry. What are we experiencing today? Do you really want to call that a country? I doubt. I doubt. And the worst part is all of us are moving around as if nothing is happening. It's normalized. We just shout and go and rest. It's so sad. Honestly, Ireti Kigibe, I am surprised. And I want to correct you because I saw that your interview when you were saying I'm old enough to born her. Madam, she's not your daughter. She's a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, representing her people from Kogi State. She's not there because she make you her friend or because you people were once closed, because you know her age. You have calculated your age. You feel you can come to the national TV to tell everybody I am old enough to born her. In this case, she is not your daughter. She owe you no respect. As far as Senate is concerned, she's your colleague. And I want to urge you people, when you come to public space to speak to us Nigerians, learn to use professional languages, because that is why if I told people were voted there, because 80% of you bring yourself into that position, then learn how to comport yourself as professionals. I'm sick and tired of seeing you for coming to Arrest TV. I'll be calling my brother, my sister, my mama, my father. Nobody's your father, nobody's your sister when it comes to such interview. Be professional and learn to post to the nation that you deserve the seat you're occupying, and show us some respect and some level of education that you claim to have. Natasha have every right not to pick your phone if you deem her fit, because probably she knows the level of betrayal that you are, which you later exposed to the whole Nigerians. And I learned that you are one of the people that signed that petition for her suspension. It's so sad, because when I was talking it in this platform, I was saying it. It's not about top to bottom. Let's look at the people. It's not about party. I was being accused. You don't want change for Nigeria. Let's give Labour Party a trial. Let's this. I've always said this thing. It's not about party. So where are we today? Some of them have grown wings, flying to a different party. Look at the few ones that remain. Look at what Ireti is exhibiting. Unfortunately, severally that Ireti have suffered things like this in the Senate, Natasha was always standing by her. When she moved a nation, Akpabio is asking who will second it. Nobody wants to. Natasha will stand up and second it. But when she reached her, when it got to her turn, what did you do? You slap her with the very heaviest, the most hottest kind of betrayal. It's a shame. I'm not saying that if she's guilty, you have to support her because she's a female. That's not where I'm going. Nobody should misunderstood me. But with all this whole display of disgrace and no professionalism, no humanity, honestly, I can't stand it. Ireti, you are a disappointment. I don't think you watched the fight Abuja people fought for you for that seat. Well, 2027, we shall see, because we already have the information. Like Imasuen is fighting to join the PDP for them to give him those South Senatorial districts in the next election. That is why he's doing all these things that he's doing. It's a shame. It's a total shame. And besides, who knows you? Who knows you if not for top to bottom? Nobody knows you. Even when you won that election, I was among the people that were asking, who is even this person? Who is even this person? All of a sudden, after 2 years, the first time we had to see you in the Senate was to come and preside over an obvious case of discrimination and shame. It's so sad, the level all of you could come down to. It's so sad. It's so the injustice, the level of discrimination, the equality, the oppression. with women in Nigeria politics must stop. Senator Tagiwa, you were shouting. Do you know what it takes for a woman to be senator? Do you know what you can do? Ma, I don't know what you have done. Maybe you have shared yourself around for the favor for you to be there. For your information, it's not everybody that does whatever it takes to get to where they want to get to. It's not everybody that take the road that you took. Because I don't understand that emphasis in your interview. Do you know what it takes for a woman to be a senator? Do you know what it takes for a woman to win election to be a senator? What does it take? If not that we are in a banana republic, what does it take? It takes capacity. It takes competence. It takes dignity, personality, education. That is what it should take. Not all those your insinuation, all those your emphasis, as if you have to go to Martin Russia and jump down for you to get a ticket, to go to senator, to go as a governor in Nigeria. What does it take? So because he has what it takes, when a female senator is being discriminated, is being maligned, is being stripped of his legislative rule, then he should not talk. She should keep quiet because it takes everyone ahead to be there. All of you are total disgrace. As a matter of fact, it's annoying talking about Nigeria issue. It's so annoying. You people are causing a lot of high blood pressure as Nigerians. Sometimes I look at it, I feel it doesn't worth talking about. But you see this case, it's a kind of personal, as a woman, as a mother, that are having kids that are also female. For me, only to imagine that we can face this in country where we were born, in our mother's land. Because in the United Kingdom where I base, it can't happen here. It can't happen. This level of inequality and oppression, when it comes to gender, it's rare. It's difficult. I'm not saying they are 100%, everything is 100% okay with them, but it's difficult. We need to do something about it. We really need to do something about it. That country can imagine, for the history of Nigeria, we have never had a female governor. What does that tell you? The highest they can go is to go and make one deputy that will be silent forever for the 4 years or for the 8 years that they will be there. We only be hearing name. You can never see them say anything. And you see that me advising. I'm advising a governor's wife not to participate in politics, not to go. Really? When did you enter politics that you become a senator? Was your husband not a governor of Lagos? Was not once governor of Lagos State? Or are you having amnesia? Or you have loss of memory all of a sudden? Even the way you people are there, you should not even have the moral capacity to come out and start advising anybody. Go advise your junkie children that you have all around the world. Don't be unfortunate. The whole of you are a bunch of disgrace as women. The few that we have in corridor of power. We need more people like Natasha. And I stand with her and I will stand again as a woman, as a mother with my futures. Don't be shaken. Don't let anybody shake you. Don't let that discrimination about your mother being Ukrainian shake you. It's not a crime for somebody to be from a mixed race. Even in Nigeria, some of us are mixed. When you are from the east, you are born to the west, you are mixed. When you're an Hausa person, your father is from Edo, you are mixed. You don't have to cross the Mediterranean Ocean to be a mixed race child. And we wear it with dignity. What is there? That is why we have what they call cultural differences. People should go and learn it. Learn how to respect people's culture and their heritage. Respect it. We cannot continue with this level of abuse. It's unacceptable. I rest my case, Mr. Elvis. Thank you.
All right, I'm not surprised.
Wakubone, a woman with this. Thank you, ma.
So, yes, she deserved it.
No, only Wakubone. I dey clap. I dey clap for my bed. I'm not gonna clap. Only Wakubone. I'm not clap for her bed.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised with her submission because she's a very outspoken woman. That's how she says it. She always says it how it is. She's part of my team. We've been together now for a couple of years. And yes, I can close my eyes and close my ear and just listen to her submission and know she's good to go. yes, you know, I wish we have more women like this that will speak truth to power, regardless of whoever that are going to be hurt. You know, because the problem that we have in Nigeria is that I don't know how to say it because I don't want anybody to be hurt or I don't want anybody to hate me. That's why you see that a lot of us are lying to ourselves all the time. I don't want people saying I be bad person. I don't want people say I'm not good. I don't go join and live all those kind of year life. Thank you very much, Madam Iris Finest. Thank you very much for coming in to put your voice today. I appreciate you. Thank you. In fact, I never wanted that submission to finish, to be honest. Thank you very much, my people, for listening. I would like us to just move on right now to Black Panther. Black Panther, it's good to have you on the show. I beg, talk to us.
Yes, I just want to be part and parcel of this show today. Oh, Madam Irene Finance here, you've made my day. I've been looking for a woman like this to come and speak out here. You have really made my day. God will bless you. See, your daughters, they will grow with greater intelligence and strong morale than what you have spoken today. May God bless you. I've been waiting to see a woman like this. All around, it's only Natasha I've seen. I've been waiting to see women that will stand the ground and tell all these men and those women that think you have to lay before you can get to a position. They don't know that it requires intelligence and some other factors. May God bless you, man. I want to thank everybody that has spoken. All of us have spoken well, despite we're having, some limited information about some issues that we spoke on. I want to thank everybody. As long as we come out here to speak every day, we will continue to, rally around so that more people can join us in this pathway we are following, because the pathway of truth. And if we think we can disguise, the truth will catch up with you. If you can disguise to be member of truth, and you think you can disguise, no, truth will catch up with you. I want to thank Mommy in Diaspora. May God bless you. Today, I want to say something here. You see that senator, that one. When Niger was said one thing, he said one thing. I paid that thing. I looked at those things and I hold it very strong. He said, in Nigeria, they lie to survive. That is taking money from people. They lie. That means just supposing it, lying is a job that everybody now want to participate, be employed into it. But they don't know that lie is from the pit of hell. Both the one in church, both the reverend bishop and pastors, they all lie like hell. They lie more than Lucifer. And I want to give one advice. We should stop coming out here to try and support the pastors we have now in Nigeria. If you do that, you are doing that at your own risk, because these people have a lot of skeleton in their cupboard, a lot that you don't even know. That is why you have to duly do your diligence in investigating. And when you are investigating, make sure you are not biased, because in your delivery, we are going to notice biasness. Don't think that it is when you start saying, it's when you start doing one thing openly. You can speak and somebody can see that you are biased from your thought and from your submission. It will be noted that, because we have brains. We have brains. You cannot speak, and we have the ability to articulate. And let me say one thing here today. We all have to go and learn Nigerian Constitution. I beg everybody, because we don't know how to present the Constitution with what we have on ground. Because what we have on ground is that there is an aberration on the Constitution. Somebody can stay in the Senate and make a law to supersede the Constitution, which the Constitution is a mirror to every law promulgated in every organization, in every governance space, is a mirror. you have to look at it so that you don't climb on the supremacy of the Constitution, topple it, disguise and make a coup, plan a coup against it. So we all got to be very careful when we are doing our submission. Forget anything they write about their own law, that their own law is this, their own law is this, they call it a name, and you believe that name supersedes the Constitution. That's a lie. A senator derives his power from the Constitution. And when they are making rules in their enclave, they must make sure that they don't supersede the Constitution. The Senate does not have the power, and I don't know where they derive the power from, because you must derive your power from the Constitution. They cannot say and suspend a constituency. His constituency is a senator. If you don't know that, if you don't understand languages, constituency and the Senate, without the constituency, there is no senator. So the constituency is recognized in the Constitution. So who represents the constituency is the senator. And when the senator sits there, the whole power of the Constitution is resting on him. And who made that power to rest on him? It is the people. It's the people that bestow that power, the constitutional power, on her. You don't look at her as an individual, because what you are looking at, everybody's looking at, they are looking at Natasha as an individual and not as a constituency. That is where most of us are getting it wrong. That was what I was saying yesterday, because we need to be consistent. We need to be constitutionally literate when we are applying laws. We need to be constitutionally literate when we are applying law. That is what the lawyers normally say. I need everybody to really go deep into this constitutional issue we are talking about. That is why I say Nigeria cannot survive with a borrowed, a sneak-in constitution. We cannot survive it. That is why we're having all this problem now. And now, Oga Lewis came here to bring his own case of sexual harassment. And now start saying that, oh, we have to look at the other side. Oga Lewis, I put it up to you today here that you did not investigate this Natasha case very well. You did not look at the tape, you did not look at the phone call, and you did not look at the submission of Natasha. But what people have been saying it, you have been listening to people, you listen to the Senate, I believe, but you did not look at that recorded speech, phone conversation between the Senate leader and the Senate president. You did not listen to it. If you had listened to it, your submission would have been different today. Most of the people coming in, I'm not talking about Oga Lewis, I'm just picking out where your mistake comes from. You see, sexual harassment into two forms. You see that physical, can be verbal, and I think there's one other thing that can be. So it comes in different dimensions. And if we are speaking on it already, you know, sometimes I speak here, I said, Senator Akpabio has already made himself guilty. He's guilty. I beg to bring a lawyer here. I will bring a case. We'll present it in a judge. I'll present myself like a lawyer. He's already guilty with that phone conversation. That is why I say some of us have not really gone deep and investigate. If we would have noticed it. So when you bring a case of your sexual harassment, you have something inside of you that sometimes women lie, because you wanted to say that, but you couldn't say it. Sometimes women lie. Yes, they lie. But when sexual harassment is duly investigated, because you have to hear from both parties, it's duly investigated, and the other party have the fact, and it presented the case of a phone conversation, already you are guilty. If you go to any court of law, you are guilty. And when you say Nigerian pastors brought evidence of medical disease, we were here. I will go and trace it out. I'll bring it out. We were here when some pastors go and they went to a doctor to conjure the doctor to write what was not supposed to be written on that paper concerning medical evaluation. That is the extent pastors go do in Nigeria. A pastor will go and produce water and say that water can heal sickness. That is the extent you have gone. A pastor building juju in his conclave. That is the extent you have gone. So you have it is risky for any one of you, especially when you are living abroad, to come and stand for a pastor. You are doing yourself, you are committing a crime itself for being a false witness. So in the case of Natasha, she has a very strong case. I'm not going to look at what they did I'm not going to look at what the Senate president did. Senate president has ended he has ended his political career with this stuff that comes. He has ended it. If people look at it as if they cannot play with him again because it's more dirty than anything on earth. For you to subject a woman to a level whereby you can ponder on her and cheat on her and disgrace her out of the Senate, bypassing the constitution, that's a level of impunity, a level of autocracy in modern day constituted democracy. That is what I'm telling you. So every one of us should try as much as possible to go and investigate and look at your constitution. There's nowhere in the world you got to find me whether I'm wrong that a Senate or a house, considered house by the Senate, will not suspend a lawmaker. It cannot happen. You can't. So what I said yesterday, before yesterday or one of these days, I said Natasha should go directly to the Supreme Court because this is not a case of High Court. This is a case of interpretation of the Constitution, just opposing it with what they have in their law in the Senate. So that is it. So for Senator Natasha, I am with you to the last drop of this case. And may God give you the strength to fight. And I know you already have a victory. Anybody that seek otherwise is part and parcel of this oligarch satanic regime we have in Nigeria. God bless you, Nigeria. God bless my mommy that spoke. Mommy, we are together. I am seeing something in you that is different. I've told you before, we are together. Forget about the political differences. We align very well. May God bless you, man. Thank you, Naja Wash.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you. Black Panther, God bless you, my brother. All right. Give us a mandate. Are you there with us?
Hey, good evening, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes. Thank you, my brother. Good evening to you. Please talk to us.
Thank you very much. I do appreciate
8
you
minutes.
for the time, and thank you for allowing me. I appreciate you and greet everyone. Well, thank you very much, all panelists, all protocols duly observed. I want to thank everyone for their time. And on this matter, thank you very much. Hopefully I'm just hoping that this matter, they don't use this matter to shift the attention of Nigerians, because there are so many things going on in the country that you don't even know. There are a bunch of things that is happening behind the camera that you don't know. There are things that the executives are doing that you don't even know. There are things that the office of the wife of the president is doing in court, the president in court, that you don't know. There are things that Wike is doing that you don't know. Hopefully, this issue does not shift the focus and the attention of Nigeria from the primary thing, from the real thing. Well, hopefully we are able to get to the root of this matter, and justice is served to everyone that deserves justice. Madam Marine, thank you very much for your submission. That was great. That was nice. Thank you. I think we'll be calling for women to come speak, and you heed the call and you've spoken your mind. Now, let me pick on some things that you said when you give your submission. The very first one is the misraised child. Whether you are a misraised child or you are born of the same of a parent that are from the same background or the same country or the same tradition, you are as good as any child. Whether Natasha's father is Nigerian and the mother is Ukrainian, from what I have seen on the internet, it doesn't make any difference. As a matter of fact, it gives her more opportunity because now she had a wider scope of what the world looks like. She has a wider And I think that's why she's different from the remaining 3 women in that house. And in the general application now, she's different from them all, including men and women that sit in that chamber, both previously and currently. That's why she's different. That's why she will be able to stand against the shenanigan of the former governor of Kogi State in person of looter, stealer, embezzler, Yaya Bello. Natasha stood her ground. You know what Yaya Bello did? Yaya Bello Yaya Bello did everything to disenfranchise, to disqualify, to silence Natasha Akpoti. But because of the wider view that she has, being from a diverse background, give her that perspective and make her understand that no, this is not what should be done. She stood her ground and fought for her rights. Now, bringing that to the House of the Senate, now it just shows that Nigerians easily forget. Most of them in that house are just they are maybe for the lack of better words, I don't know if it's permitted on this platform to call them maybe bottom lickers, if I will use that word. But hopefully you guys understand what I'm trying to say. Because all of a sudden now you now see men that will tell you that they are men of integrity, all of a sudden now fall in love with the oppressor, a man that has stolen from NDDC, a man that a woman has slapped before. Can Akpabio really put his hand up under oath and say that woman did not slap him? The former MD of NDDC, Akpabio don't collect one hot slap before in the hand of a lady for what? Sexual misconduct. He is a man that is known with sexual misconduct. His eyes allegedly does not see anything in skirts. You know, you want to make it worse? Make that thing that wear skirt, make them wear maybe pants, or make them wear trousers. His eyes cannot stand it. That is the character that we are dealing with. Akpabio his eyes cannot see money. I mean, Mr. Elvis, again, thank you very much for bringing the video of that NDC lady. Did Akpabio deny all of that allegations today? No. Those are stringent evidence, those are stringent allegations that woman laid against Akpabio. Were they denied? Did Akpabio went to any court of law to defend that? No. No. So for me, Natasha is she's a well-rounded woman in her capacity. She has a world view. Look at what he did to Reno Omokri. Look at how she brought Reno Omokri's passport and begin to tell you word for word what each of those acronyms in that passport means. When Reno was fooling himself, well, I don't blame Reno. I think Oraka told us what Reno Omokri means. He told us what the name means. He told us. Maybe you can look for the video and then show us what Oraka said Omokri means. He told us. He said it. So Natasha is a wonderful woman. She's doing her best. Hopefully, this whole thing can see the light of day. Now, on Florence Itagiwa, you said great about Florence Itagiwa. Just to now buttress that point of Florence Itagiwa, maybe we should ask Obasanjo what Florence Itagiwa was doing at the corridor of power during Obasanjo's regime. You think he was ordering the collar from Bakassi? Mr. Jonathan will understand this. Some people, they use you will call them one farashishe. They use their body, they do work. You would think that they are using their intelligence. No, they are not using their intelligence. They are using one fiara, they are using their body to work. So you may think that, oh, the constituency of Itagua sent her there and she's speaking. Oh, when you see her stand up, she has a bill. Oh, when you see her with the president, she's bringing some things up for the people of our state. Hey, I want to one free they are using their body to work allegedly, because like Mr. Macaroni said, Mr. Delon said, wrong business, Mr. Disease of recent. Don't come for me, but let me just put the word here, allegedly. Ìyá Ìtajíwá, Ìyá Bakassi, àwọn tí wọ́n fi ara wọn ṣe wọ́n fi ara wọn they are using their body to work allegedly on the corridor of power. What a nonsense and what a shame. Now, you know, went further, which I will, maybe after my submission, I will see as to say, let me clap for you. You went as far as now bringing Tinubu and his wife, the criminals, because as it stands today, my brother is not here, Mr. I've forgotten his name now. That is when he wants to start his submission, he will tell you the CV of Tinubu. It is not allegedly. Tinubu is a criminal drug baron. He's a certificate forger. He's a criminal. It is not allegedly. He's in the open space. You know what Tinubu did? He was the governor of Lagos State, and he has seen how Nigerian politics work. He couldn't send the wife to the House of Senate. When Tinubu was the governor, the wife was already at the Senate.
Give us,
he may even be one of the.
Give us a mandate. Your time. Give us a mandate. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Your time is. I don't read this. Yes. Round up in 30 seconds. I beg.
Okay. So Tinubu sent the wife. The wife may even be one of those that has a long term as senator. But you see all the nonsense that she did in that house. These guys don't care for Nigerians. We need if we have 50 of you, Madam Irene, to challenge them on the space in Nigeria, these guys will sit right. But we'll still keep calling, we'll still keep talking. But as we are talking, let's not forget the pertinent issues. There are other issues in Nigeria. There's still insecurity. There is inflation. People are still being paid in their numbers. Do you see what happened? They just made Jega, the former INEC chairman, they just make him a minister of something or something. These guys, you know. So let's stop. As we are doing this, let's not also forget the pertinent issues. Thank you very much. I yield the mic, sir.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. And I've been on to say you don't write time. Wait now, I'm saying something, sir, please. I don't know, so you were writing me on the backstage, give us a mandate, but that has passed now. Thank you so much. God bless you, my brother. All right, Black Panther, go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Yes, sorry, I forgot to drop this. You see, Reno cannot be used as a case of defense in the court of law because Reno lied, and that lied has been proven. Reno lied, so he cannot go to any court, and nobody, I believe, nobody paid him
Mr.
because he lied.
I didn't want to come in here because it's not our turn here, but let me quickly say this because Sir Elvis has other people that will be calling on very soon.
Yes,
you know,
but you don't have
the thing is when you were talking.
10 seconds, sir.
Okay, when you were talking, you mentioned my name earlier on. I used when I made my submission, I made it based on the relevant fact. And if you look at everything I said, there was nothing that came from my emotions or sentiment. It all came from fact. And I condemned the House of Senate. But when I talked about Reno, I talked about Reno brought his own fact, which later Natasha brought her own. And Natasha's fact then proved the point that Reno lied, which was true. But I said, if you listen, now let me round up. What I said was, why was Reno settled out of court? That was, if you had the question, why did they settle him? So that's why I said I didn't understand why they settled him. I rest my case here.
Thank you. All right, let me move on, please. Thank you. I appreciate you. Okay, I would like to call on White Panther. Please talk to us. Good evening to you. It's good to have you on the show. Okay, you are not there. I'll just move on to Mr. Alex. Oh, it's good to have you on the show, sir. Good evening to you. I appreciate you for all that you do. Thank you for the super chat earlier on. And I want to use the opportunity to thank George Efosa Igbenedion for the super chat as well. I'm very, very grateful, my people. Mr. Alex, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good evening, Elvis, my brother.
Thank you very much, sir. Talk to us. 8 minutes.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll be brief. My schedule is even tight. I just have to come in. I was just listening to everyone until our sister came in and just decided to make my day, you know. I want to once more appreciate her. My sister, uh, Irene Finest, I greet you. God bless you for that brilliant and wonderful submission. I greet our mommy in diaspora. I greet everyone. You see, today's kind of even coincide. This topic is even on today's International Day of the Women. If I'm right, yeah, because somebody drew my attention to it today, so I said, oh, so I greet all the women, all the mothers, all the sisters, and every woman on this great day. And coming back to the issue at hand now, I've been hearing a lot. I listened to the videos you posted concerning Reno and the saga in the Senate, how they are fooling themselves, let me use that word, and making joke of what they call democracy. You see, Nigeria is really a crime scene. You know, it's not, in fact, it is everything. It's a theater. You have all kinds of movies being acted in Nigeria. You know, you have comedy, you have horror, you have every genre that you can think about. It's unfortunate that it is a reality. You know, it's a reality, especially the tragic things happening to our country. The issue of Natasha is a very, very, I don't know how to go about it. It's a big shame. It's a big shame that this type of thing is still happening at this time. I want to, with all my full chest, like my sister said, support Senator Natasha for standing her ground. I support her in everything. We don't have those legislators, you people, that bunch, those bunch of people there that when I look at the whole setting, wasting our money in millions to bring this type of disgrace and shame to our nation. And I want to go to something. It has to do with Niger Watch family now. I have to go straight, because when you want to change others, the change has to come from you. You know, there are a lot of people that dish out a lot of antagonizing things concerning women. Even in this Natasha case, I've been reading some comments and I just begin to wonder, where are these people's senses? I mean, the men who post such comments. Imagine somebody in this delicate situation still body shaming her or body shaming somebody else that is talking or standing for justice. It's a shame. It's a shame. I think most of the men are married or have girlfriends or whatever. They have children. I don't see any reason. You all came from a mom. Why you should be talking down on any woman, no matter her status in life. And those shameless politicians who call themselves men, antagonizing this woman, making her as if she is the person that committed the crime, just because she said her own truth. It's a shame. So, like my sister said, I am in support of it. We should not just keep talking. We should continue talking, and at the same time bring out things that will be on the limelight. Things that these people will see. and know, oh, they are really serious. We should have initiatives. That's the area we should focus on, to make them know that we are more than them. The better people are more than those ones that are destroying the country. We should not let them be. Starting from the traditional rulers, the religious leaders, whoever they are, we should let them know that the good people are more, and begin to portray and stand for the truth, like Mr. Evis has given us the platform to do. Let us all don't lose guard. Continue this crusade of liberating our country. We should never talk down on anything that has to do with sexual harassment. Never, ever. No matter what form it takes, or even domestic violence. Don't do it. If you do that, definitely it's going to come to you. It might not come to you directly, but indirectly it's going to come to you. We should be very, very careful what we throw at people, what we say to them, especially women. So I just wanted to say these few words and urge all of us to stand put and stand our ground and support what is good, like we have always done on this platform, and put those people in their places that are trying to turn this platform or our ideas and think they can use it to go with their propaganda. No, we stand for the truth on this platform. I know that's what you believe in, Mr. Evis, and I know that is what majority of us would believe in. That is why I'm part of it, and I will remain part of it, because we are standing for the truth. So I stand with Natasha. I stand with all those who are for the truth. May God bless us all. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Alex, thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time, your support, and your wonderful submission. Let's stand for what is right. God bless you, sir. Okay, I'll move on now to Abdul Malik. Abdul Malik, if you are there, sir, please talk to us. 8 minutes. Good evening to you, sir.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Nigeria Watch. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Nigeria. This Natasha matter is still going on. Every day now is the topic of the day. You see, in our country, it's just like when I look at those House of Senate, House of Representative, I have not seen any age below 50 there. They are all old men. They are above 50. Where is our youth? Those guys, they don't know what they are doing there. They don't even know the law. They make the law, but they cannot they interpret the law, but they cannot enforce the law. Those are the people that are governing us in the country. How can the country move forward? Look at now, Akpabio, right? The Senate president. Now you have not come out to debunk the sexual harassment. What type of country is this? That one will tell you that there is something behind there. Till now, I have not come out in the public and debunk this allegation. Why? Why is it that way? Other country will take something like this serious, right? Other country, both sexual harassment and the other buying of everything, those things that Boko Haram are doing in the country. But our country, most things we take them joke. We imagine this thing now. You have not come out to debug this thing. A country that somebody that they have been accused.
Sorry, Abdul Malik, who are you saying have not come out?
I mean, Akpabio.
No, he did. Yeah, he came out. He said he did not, and he have never sexually harassed any woman. So he did. Yes, we played it on this platform already 4 days ago, 3 days ago.
Okay, they came out to debunk it, right?
Yeah, he said he's innocent. He did not, but he will let the court take its course, and he begged us on social media to take it easy on him until the courts take decisions on it. So yeah, it did.
Okay, thank you for that. You see, yesterday I heard many things about Natasha. They said that they did not present the matter well in the house. How? How do you want it to how do you want her to present the issue? How do you want her to present the issue? How? And I heard that she's a lawyer, right? A lawyer she did not know how to present a matter. It cannot possible. How do you want her to present the issue? How? And look at that. If you want to say something, then we up the mic. They don't want her to say anything. Okay, what do you want her to do? Because she has been oppressed in the house. That is why she go to the Arise TV to present the issue there. Me, I did not blame her. She present her well. She do the right thing. Because he had been oppressed in the house. That's the reason why she do what she do. Our country, we don't have law. They make law, but they don't enforce the law. They don't know what they are doing there. All of them, they are joker. They are just playing around people. They are playing people, Nigerian citizens intelligent. Because they believe that they will just talk and enter house. This very issue now is not a little issue. It's very big. But people think that it's minor. It involve everybody. If it did not involve you today, tomorrow it may come to you, right? Look at the video I watched last time. The First Lady, Remi Tenibo, the same thing happened to her when he was in Senate. But now it repeats itself again. Where are we going in this country? Where we don't have a truth. Corruption is not only fraudulent. Dishonest is part of corruption. When you are not honest to yourself, it's corruption too. When you are dishonest, you are not honest. It's not only when you take money, it's corruption. Look at those women, they say they stand with Akpabio. Why do you stand with this man? How? Why can't you tell them to investigate the case to the last so that we see if it is guilty or not? You just give somebody suspension. They have not even talked about the sexual harassment. What is the suspension about? How? Why can't you talk for the major issue? They did not. You say we have a law. Which law do you have? Which law did you guide you? The law said that you should give in suspension directly. Who is somebody that you have the complainant? Okay, now how the case will be moving forward? How? Who will present the case now? Because they know what they are doing. That's why they give him suspension. They don't want the case to move to move longer. That's the reason why they give us suspension. They want the case to die there. They know what they are doing. They all of them they compromise. Yeah, that is what I see. You are the alleged, right? You are the one that gave the suspension. How? How does that happen in the other country? In the other normal country? You're supposed to be step aside. Let others take the case. The committee take the case. It's not you that you are the alleged. Even though you did not read you did not read politics or government, you read government in secondary school. We know how it is. We are not kids. We know most of us, we are not kids. We know what we are doing. Like me, I know you cannot deceive me. I'm telling you the truth. There is something behind there. They need to investigate that case. I believe Natasha will take the legal right there, the legal judgment. Yeah, because she's a lawyer. She will do the right thing. She know what to do. She need to teach the lesson so that next time this kind of thing will not repeat itself anymore. Enough is enough. It's very bad issue. Every day we are experiencing different type of atrocity. Something that is not normal in the country every day. other country, we don't experience something, even African neighboring country. We don't experience something like this in Nigeria. But our own is worse. We know nobody is perfect, but our Nigeria is quite different everywhere. Why? How are we going to continue like this? How many years? The same thing. To talk is very good, so that it give people awareness. But the major thing is to finish it on ground. To talk is just like 40% of it. Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Evie.
All right. Thank you very much, Abdul Malik. God bless you. Yes, I agree with you 100% that the Senate president is supposed to have stepped aside. In a country that works, step aside doesn't mean that you are resigning. You don't have to resign. Step aside while the investigation continues. Whenever they finish the investigation, then you can come back again. Or in a Nigeria, who they cough now? Mute yourself now. Please. Please. But Nigeria, where uh, people take decisions inside their room, they don't care about the feelings of the citizen. It's crazy. The politicians take decisions in their room, they don't care about the decision of the citizen. It's crazy. But meanwhile, we're having a final submission right now. 2 minutes. Nobody can cross 2 minutes. Just work with your minutes. I'm coming straight to Sir Louis. Sir Louis, thank you, sir, for joining us once again. Your 2 minutes starts now. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me. Just to quickly drop this, I think according to what Rufus saying has always echoed on Arise Television, in Nigeria, culture, we eat strategy for breakfast, and that is a continuous thing. In this same Nigeria, you see elected senators will go to Asurok, kneel down before the president. Where is that done? In a civilized environment, presidents are over scared of senators because they need the senator. The president is even working to lobby with the senators so that they can pass some laws that will favor his administration. But in Nigeria, the senators are rushing to have access to the president. In Nigeria, you see a senator will kneel down to address the Senate president in the Senate president house. All you see today in the Shamba is just, see, that's why the man from Edo State, that one, like he said, someone mentioned just time, said the guy was trying to talk, he raised emotion, no one listened to him, because they see him as someone who's, it's a low life according to them. So he is doing everything possible to climb the ladder. We do not have a country yet. I said something a few days ago. I said, Nigeria is a very funny country. Nigeria is a country where intelligent people are silenced so that stupid people will not be offended. In Nigeria, when a man speaks, and that has happened to me on many occasions, when you speak and people see the intelligence of what you are saying, they are so quick to shut you up because they can't even, in a normal sense, people will sit down to say, okay, wow, this guy just raised a good point. Let's look into it. Nigeria is all reason like that. What is happening right now, to me, I think is the beginning of what will change Nigeria as a country. That is if the Nigerian people want to change. But what you should understand is, for a change to come, Nigerian people need to be strategic. Now, strategic forums need to be set up where we come together with reason, not emotions. Emotion will not solve anything. Thank you.
All right, Sir Louis, thank you, sir. God bless you. Mr. Jonathan, are you there, sir? 2 minutes.
Yeah, Mr. Ivis, thank you very much. I greet everyone once again. Thank you all. I will just say this. I listened to Madam Irene Finest. Thank you very much for your submission. I've said it over and over during the course of the week. We need to see women come out. Women have the capacity to change Nigeria on their own, single-handedly. All we need to do is for women to be truthful to themselves, come out and fight. When Nigerian women, take this on alone, we will not even be here today. But it is Nigeria. And I also want to add this again. We must know that Nigeria is not a normal country. This is not. And it is in that line that, for me, I process everything that comes out of Nigeria, because it is the duty of government. One of the primary duties of government, we know the primary duties of government, protection and security of lives and property and all the rest of this blah, blah, blah. But it is also the primary duty of government to earn and sustain the trust of the population. They have to earn it, not only to earn it, but sustain it Because you can earn it today and lose it tomorrow. It is one of the major responsibility of government to earn the trust and sustain it, the trust of the people. So, but you and I know, or anybody can come out and tell us today and give us one reason that a normal person can trust anything that comes out of the Nigerian government, agencies, departments, or anything. Just one reason. If you want to apply the principle of fairness, integrity, and justice, just apply that to. If you just apply the principle of fairness alone, that as a normal person, anything that comes out of the Nigerian government, the Senate and all that, you will take it without first of all giving it a thorough thought. That is the state that we find ourselves in Nigeria. That is why this thing is prolonging. The government.
Thank you.
And when I say the government, I mean all of them. They cannot be trusted. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone.
Mr. Jonathan, thank you very much, sir. God bless you. Thank you. Mother Iris Finance, your 2 minutes, man.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis. I want to quickly touch on there's one video I saw where one lady was saying that Senate is not for young people. I want to tell you, madam, I don't know who you are, if you are an ex-leader or what. I want to disagree with you that at the same time, it's not a care home, it's not a retirement home. We need our young people and more women into the system. Okay, so that is wrong for you to come and say in national TV. And the one that said that women must mentally be evaluated before getting into politics. Sir, I want to ask you, with that patriarchy system that people are operating, how many women do we have? I just said earlier on, 36 states in Nigeria, women have never been a governor. So don't come with that crap of women should be mentally evaluated. How many? How many women are in this and in the corridor of power? So if people should go and think, you bunch of criminals that are sitting there should be the one to be evaluated before coming to rule the people. And I also want to encourage women, don't let anybody silence you. Report every sexual harassment. Even if they don't do anything about it, report it. Even domestic violence, report it. And that is not to say that you should go and lie on anybody, because I know people lied in all these things. Don't lie. If you know you have the proof, you can prove it, and it happened to you, report it. And I want to say this to Akpabio, that is claiming that he won award gender-friendly governor, or what the award about gender is talking about, that none of them ever harassed him. And I watched his sarcastic press interview where he was saying that, look at all the beautiful women in front of me. Did any of you experience that? Akpabio, if nobody is coming out to accuse you or speak, maybe they're intimidated by your power, your money, or whatever you represent. That doesn't mean it did not happen. And for that, his side chick that is coming to social media to defend him, go and hide your shame and bury your head in shame. Okay? Because that is not what we need in that country at this point. And for your information, this thing they are doing, they are trying to silence people in course that we have Nigeria in mind to sometimes come and say, okay, we want to come and serve our country, because they know if they treat Natasha case very well, some of us might reconsider coming back to Nigeria to serve our country. Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis, for giving the platform to lend our voices. When I have time, I will come again. And I think at this point in time, I have to be on women to really speak to them, for them to understand certain things and what they represent, not coming out to defend sexual abuse, because it's like many of them doesn't understand what it is and the implication of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mother Iris Finance. Thanks for your wonderful voice today. I appreciate you. Black Panther, your 2 minutes, sir.
Thank you, my brother. May God bless you. Madam Iris, you better be coming every day, because it seems like it's only the men that defend the women here. We are enough men to defend the women. We need people like you. Please try and give birth to people like you to come in.
Panther, I don't lose my voice for defending women for the past couple of days. I don't tire.
We need Madam Irene, I beg, bring more of them. We have Madam Rita. We have so many of them. Let them come in, because we men, we are ready to join you. Any other men will come and not join you. Just give them to me. I know what to tell them. So what I'm doing, I thank you for speaking eloquently well. You know, we are not perfect, but God is a perfect Lord that makes a man perfect. Now, I want to say here, Nigerians and every person, be very careful of any politicians that come out to speak. When they are speaking, carry your pen, mark some vital word, because we all know how to analyze speech. It is not everything they speak you pick. Mark some vital words that they use in qualifying one chapter of their speech, because those are the things that they are talking about, but they put it in one place and now make a body of it. Hold that word, write it somewhere. You are going to use that against them in the future, because they will repeat, they will forget what they have spoken. The Nigerian politicians are very dangerous. They are look, Nigeria Watch, I'm working on something. I will bring it, I'll present it in the house. The speech somebody made, I'll present it. You cannot rubber stamp yourself upon the Nigerian people. You cannot say you are a politician and you are being authorized to tell us you know the thing that people are doing, and they are doing it mercilessly. You are not coming out to say they are doing it mercilessly. The only thing you come, oh, Nigeria don't know the inside law which you are promulgating, that you are saying that it surpassed the supremacy of the Constitution. You see, that is why I said here, we need to be educated in terms of constitutional matters. We need to be educated. Irrespective, we are not lawyers, but we still need to be educated on it, because those are the things that most of these senators and House of Rep members they don't know. So we ourselves should make it a sort of priority for us to go and study and make ourselves well approved, because this is a constitutional matter. This is not an in-house law of the Senate. The law cannot supersede the supremacy of the Constitution. So I beg to say, Ms. thank you for bringing it out. Tomorrow, I am studying on something. I'll bring it out tomorrow. Though I might offend some people, but I don't care. I'll bring it out.
No, wahala, my brother. Just do your thing. I've offend care. And today we start. In fact, all this continuous protection not to offend this, and then we locking up on truth all the time. I'm not part of it. Please bring it out. Let everybody learn from it. Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you. Give us a mandate. Your 2 minutes, sir.
Thank you very much. Once again, Madam Irene Finest, other panelists, I do appreciate everyone. Thank you for your prompt contribution, your constant speaking on this matter and the issue of Nigeria. One thing is, we must realize that nations are not built overnight. It takes men and women to build nations. Nations are not built overnight or suddenly. It takes men and women from different backgrounds to build a nation. And so to build Nigeria, it requires men and women of character, integrity, and empathy for his people to build our country. Only sad that you now have clergymen that should be on the toes or the heel of these politicians, because once institution fails, and this way I'm going to, whenever institutions of a country fails, the people that hold these men accountable are now the clergymen. They are now the lawyers and people of goodwill and character. But what do we have in our country? Everything, both from the altar or the mosque or the traditional shrine where they carry out their worship to their God, everything has been compromised. Only sad that the country has not been left in the hands of criminals, full-blown criminals. But like we said here, I will continue to say, it takes full-blown criminals to destroy and criminalize their country for them to be able to govern that same country. So invariably, what these men are, what they're supposed to be doing is that they've turned Nigerians to criminals. That is what these guys have succeeded to do. Because show me a country in the world where you have a criminal, a drug dealer, certificate forger as their president. Show me a country where you have someone that stole from a government parastatal, a woman slapped in, becoming the third citizen of that country. Show me a
All
country
right.
where allegedly you now
Thank
see
you.
their leader that sponsor terrorism becoming the vice president. These guys have destroyed the country. But you know what, Nigerians, let's arise and stand tall to this evil. Thank you very much, Aidima.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Abdul Malik, your 2 minutes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, good evening once again, Mr. Evich. You see, this video you show about the senator in the South, Edo South, right? That the road was not good to his house, You see, most of them, they are like that. They are just there for their pocket, not for the citizens of Nigeria. That is why they are there. They are not there for you, they are there for themselves. That is what we are seeing now in the country. You see, this Natasha issue, you are really pushing it since when the matter rise up, every day you are talking about this issue. What about the other social media people? Where are they? This matter now is not by politics. This issue is like it concerns everybody. If it not concern you today, tomorrow it may concern you. But I don't even see them talking about this mostly. Nigeria today, I don't really understand what is going on. This is the government we have, this current administration today. They organize protests against protesters. Imagine a government, when people are protesting for their right, they will organize protests against protesters. What type of country is this? Everything is criminality. Thank you very much, Mr. Evans.
All right. Thank you, my brother. God bless you. Yes, many other platforms are using their platform to talk about something else that they think that can generate them more profit. So, and we'll be talking about this for a while, that if we have just 50 platform that can call out our government all the time to do the right thing, I believe by now we would have a better country. But everybody seems to be in the position where it not concern me, not concern me, not concern me, and that's why we are where we are today. All right. Thank you so much anyway for bringing that up.
Sorry, sir, if you allow me, I think what my brother would have also had is that for you pushing this every day, God will bless you and not forget you for it, but bless you and reward the labor of your work, the labor of your hand. It shows that we have people that care for the 18 years old girl child, the 5 years old girl child, and then we care for our mission. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much, my brother. I
Mr.
appreciate
Evans,
you.
10 seconds,
Thank
please.
Yeah.
See, thank you very much, Mr. Evans, what you are doing. You say this thing you are doing you are not doing for yourself. It's an history, understand? You are making an history, even though you leave this world today. Your record is there. You understand? That is what you are doing now. You are fighting for the betterment of Nigeria. You stand for the truth. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for the acknowledgement. It's a collective effort. We all are putting on in our. We are doing our part here. Thank you. Okay. Let's see if White Panther is available to speak. Your 2 minutes, sir. Don't call you tired. For the past 78 years, we'll be calling you now. He's still not there. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the broadcast. Thank you so much, Mr. Jonathan.
Mr. Harris.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. I just wanted to know if you have the video in case of the next program, because we really need to talk about that video because it has to do with our state and the shenanigan in the Senate. I don't know if you have the video where Oshomole was presenting about the insecurity in Edo State. Most senators were making call, and they end up that session by laughing it away or whatever. I don't know. It seems that those citizen matter, life doesn't matter to these people. We have to show that video to the world and analyze it. Thank you.
No, I can get it. And those citizens or those state doesn't matter to these people, not just to these people, even on this platform. Have you not noticed that when we switch from national issues straight to Edo, the views will drop. People on the panel will lost interest and all that. It's crazy. So it's for me, I don't understand the matter. Be as it get there. Thank you very much, Madam Iris Finance. I'll bring the video, fingers crossed, tomorrow for recapitulation. I appreciate you all, my people. We've come to the end of this broadcast. I appreciate you, Mr. Jonathan. Thank you, Madam Iris Finance. Once again, Black Panther, my brother. Give us some day, my brother. White Panther, unfortunately, you couldn't give a submission, but we appreciate you, your time with us. Thank you, my brother Abdul Malik. God bless you. Thank you, Mr. Alex O, for joining us today. And thanks for the super chat earlier on. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, Josh Efosa Igbenedion, once again for the super chat. And everyone right there on the comment section, Mother for all Mommy Diaspora. Thank you very much, Mommy, for all that you do. I appreciate you always. Thanks very much for everything. I appreciate every one of you right there. Abu Azi, God bless you. Your presence means a lot to me. Thank God for the gift of life. I appreciate you all the time, my brother. Madam Ame Bright, thank you very much, man. Thank you, Modi. Judge Fosa Igbenedion, once again. Thank you, my wonderful people. Everyone right there, Mr. Johnson Emmanuel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ajio Deborah, God bless you. Thank you, everyone right there. We've come to the end of this broadcast. Press on the like button, help us to share. And subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we're on air, or rather, we uploaded any video on this platform. Guys, let's stand for what is right. Join us again tomorrow, fingers crossed, by 7 p.m. Nigerian time so that we can continue from where we stop. My people, now we'll go draw the curtain. It's been a long day for us. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye for now.